Good evening. Good evening. You are locked into Never a Fail. Chew the Fat. It is Friday, the have no idea what date of the month. 25th, 26th?
25th, yeah.
25th. Myself, Daps.
And myself, Soups.
Sorry, I'm composing myself. I've just got off a stream and rushed straight onto this, and I don't know where I am at the moment.
You are here on Friday, the 25th of
Is it
February, 2022. We're doing Chew the Fat.
Not the 22nd of the 2nd, 22.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
25th,
It's not
right?
it's not 222 like the other day, but yeah, you are here Friday, 25th February, 2022.
Maddest week.
It's been
Maddest week. But before we get into that, we've got for me a big guest, and it's funny because I've just been on the show with a gal, right? I know Kojo already knows what I'm going to do. I can tell. Right, I've just been on a show with a gal, and I always call a gal now the celebrity, the VIP. Like, I'm going to do that to you. It's Mr. VIP, Mr. Celebrity, Kojo. Couldn't wish it on a nicer man, may I add.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So for those of you that don't know, Kojo from 3 In Midfield, Coach Kojo. Like, I love going on his shows because I always say when you go on his shows, you just get to talk football and they all know what they're talking about. There's never any bad vibes. You can say things about each other's teams. Nothing's taken badly. It is just football banter. And this week you're on AFTV, right?
Yeah, I was on Don Robbie's watch along for Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United. Luckily I knew one of the guys that's on there quite regularly. He just said, "Look, do you want to come on?" I was like, "Hell yeah, absolutely!" And they treated me so well. It was so nice. So yeah, man, it was an experience and a half.
Was Robbie there? Was Robbie there?
No, it was his brother this time.
I didn't even know he had a brother, you know.
Laurie, yeah. So honestly,
What's his name, Bobby?
Laurie, Bobby.
Bobby Gannon.
So he walks in. I'm looking at him like, either Robbie has lost a lot of weight or he has a brother that I don't know about. So I'm just looking at him. And
Do you know what they say? They say that the TV or that screens add like weight and stuff like that. So maybe that's what you're thinking.
I was thinking, surely not. And then Neeks, who's also a very, very cool guy, came and said, "You right, Laurie?" I was like, "Right, okay, that makes sense. All right, let's say this."
So Neeks was there as well.
Yeah, Neeks was there as well. Yeah,
Neeks is a very cool guy. Very, very cool guy. I agree with you on that. But actually, he's kind of similar to you as well.
Yeah, in some ways.
Similar vibes. Just good vibes. And knows what he's talking about. There's, like, there's no bias.
Yeah.
He's saying Kojo looks cool.
Kojo looks very cool. He's suave. But I'm all, yes, Gunner. Another cool guy as well. You know what? There's certain people that I put in brackets that actually, that's how I see him. They're just like...
Kojo looks like he's about to go into bust Stevie Wonder tune. Okay, so without further ado, Kojo from 3 In Midfield is going to serenade us with... What's your favourite Stevie Wonder tune? You got one. You got one.
Ooh.
He fully does, Fully looks like you're sat at a piano, bro.
I have to think about
just called.
That might be my favourite.
Yeah.
No, it's okay, but no, I do like a upbeat kind of track, so it might be.
Yeah.
Isn't
very superstitious?
Oh yes.
Dum 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 dum.
I think
Luck and Neat remixed it.
Yeah,
but I swear that was.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it till the break of dawn.
Yeah, no, that is. Yeah.
But what was it saying though? What was it? Well, the first half mustn't have been saying too much.
Oh, the first half, I was looking stressed. For anyone that watched, I was annoyed. I was stressed, and then obviously Laurie knew what to do to get me a bit more heated. Even though I'm quite good with keeping my cool, but he asked me about Ghana, and I was like, "Listen, don't ask me about how crap Ghana is. Don't
ask about the Black Stars."
Yeah, man, about the Cup of Nations performance. I'm like, don't. You already know what it's about. Don't do that to me now. Like, it's my first time here. But it was all good vibes, man. That's what Dax was saying earlier about good vibes. That's what I'm all about. I want to show with people that I know are good vibes. That's why, like, for example, when you threw the podcast sort of party barbecue thing. I was excited to come to that because I knew everyone that's coming would be on good vibes that day. That is that's a thing where I can, link up with people and be like, yo, what are you saying? And then now it comes to stuff like doing the AFTV or Don Robbie's separate YouTube channel. All of that felt so nice. You walk in, literally just told, sit on the couch, relax, feel at home, drinks on the table, watch the football, talk your talk. Yeah,
is it a big spot? Is it a big spot?
So they've made it into a bigger spot. That's how it looks. Like the way they set it up, it looks incredible. When you go to the building itself, it's part of like a sort of unit of buildings. So it's not a particularly huge space, but it's big enough and it's really cozy. That's the best thing. That's the best way for me to describe it. It feels like you're coming to actually sit with guys and watch football.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're on the stream anymore. You got 3 cameras, and at some point I forgot the cameras were even there. Like it just
that's good. That is good. When it gets to that point, that's the one thing I clocked with. So when we first started doing stuff in here, right? That's what so generally it would be more Thai's people that would come, and they'd be like a bit nervous and whatever. And I kind of saw it as my job, right? Because when we first started, Ty's done journalism and that he knew what to do. I was like, you know what? I see it as my job to make them feel, because it's at my house, not his house. I need to make them feel comfortable as quickly as possible, and I'll say we did it on purpose, but we didn't. Is when they'd get here, usually we'd be probably about 45 minutes setting up before we started. So they'd be sat here getting more. So I just start getting them waved. Right.
Okay.
So by the time, and the Soups would slyly be doing a couple of takes. And then by the time we start, they've forgot and they're just getting waved, talking football. But I think that is so important, like building up the vibe. And I think what you just said a minute ago about how I guess they're specialists at making you feel comfortable, and if you're being a little bit quiet, how to bring you out of your shell and make you kind of become Thai when United score.
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, just took on you guys, like obviously, because you guys did a barbecue, but you're also like, were you streaming live that day when we were watching the Euros, isn't it?
We did do some of it live,
yeah. And I remember walking into because obviously, like when we did streams in the past, I've seen the room from here, so I haven't seen the whole thing. But when I walked in,
it's tiny.
As soon as I sat down, I was like, "This is relaxing, man. This is nice." Like I know I can just come here and just talk, like because you guys. I remember you had like 2 screens on one side, another screen, and then a nice setup. Like I was like, you don't even think to yourself, there was a camera right there, and it's like this. You just want to feel at home, and that's the vibe that you gave from the moment we walked in.
I don't want to make anyone jump because Dap's always says, always make people jump.
Oh yeah, you do. To be fair, thank you. But you know what, right? So when we started this, that was the whole thing. Is like this. I've had this done for a while, and for about 2 years, I didn't really use it properly. It was just like I think an old sofa from my old flat in here, like a TV somewhere. I don't think it was even.
It was that one at the top. That one.
Was it that?
Yeah.
That one was there, but then nothing else was here, and we just come out here and kind of like vibe. And then when lockdown was about to start, like about 2 weeks before lockdown, I was like, do you know what? I need to get this proper, because if I'm going to be spending a lot of time at home, I need to get this proper so that me and my actual brethren can come in here and just vibe, and we might put some cameras here, but we didn't. And it was only when Ty hollered me, and initially, you can't really see it here. There's something here like that covers wires. I slyly tried to put cameras literally all over the place, to try and catch like weird angles and that. But you need some next level like computer to be able to switch through that many cameras and everything. But yeah, it was so that people could literally just. We've got cameras right in front of us now, but my idea was to have cameras hidden that would just get shots. But it was just, you know what, I was trying to be the BBC and I wasn't. And hold tight, Jamie, locked in. Love. So, I mean, just to talk on the game, I don't want to get too involved in football, but we naturally are going to talk about football because that's what we do. I said before the game that I like a lot of United fans I spoke to Soups, Ty. To be fair, Baines before the show were all very confident that United were going to go through, right? And I was a bit like, and people would be, Atletico aren't the team they used to be. And I was like, but you're not the team you used to be. So I don't really get this. However, first half, I think Atletico were better. I think some of Atletico's football was sexy. I don't think they did that much, but they have moments. Second half, you were better. But take it, if I just pause and go away from that game, for me now, I will take it back. I think United qualify now for me. How did you see the game and the next leg?
So I think, to be honest, I think for 70 minutes of the game we were out of it because we couldn't keep possession to save our lives. We were terrible on the ball, absolutely terrible. I'll try not to blame certain people, but there's a common theme with the way we concede goals, and I feel like people are not really seeing it, and it's starting to frustrate me. I think we are seeing it.
Go on. Let's see.
Cool. So obviously, I mean, the main culprits people would like to blame are obviously Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka for the way we concede goals. But I'm like, everything comes off the wing, and it's like one of three things. Number one, or four things rather. So if it's coming down Luke Shaw's side, the ball's whipped in, it's high enough to evade Maguire, but they know that Lindelof is weak in the air. And they also know with Lindelof being weak and poor in the air, Wan-Bissaka's positioning is not there. It's just not there. So you can get goals from that side. That's number one. Number two, now there's a way to like sort of approach Wan-Bissaka, because he was all about the sort of running side by side with you, sort of recovery defending, slide tackle, win the ball. But when you approach him head on, he doesn't know what to do. He backs off so much, and then they whip the ball across. And Luke Shaw again, because he's not alert to what's happening, because he goes like that as well. Then the third one is you play the ball through the middle, and for some reason Luke Shaw is never alert as to when the team is moving forward as a backline going together, the back four. So he's always struggling and leaving himself back, so people like Jay Rodriguez can stay on side. Che Adams, and who was the most recent one? I can't remember. There's another one that we conceded that I was just screaming at the TV like he's done it again. And then the fourth one, the goal that we conceded against Atletico was very, very, or pretty much the same that we conceded against Villarreal in the cup final. The striker goes into Luke Shaw and then does this run when he goes outside the box and then bends his run inside the box and goes around Maguire. Maguire's watching Luke Shaw track his man, and they go and find a way into the back of the net. And the thing is, like, it's not one of the ones where I'm trying to take anything away from João Felix. That header was incredible.
The header was cold. It was
incredible.
Two headers this week, real quick. The João Felix one, and also Havertz's header was really good.
Yeah, Havertz's header was really good. Really good.
Sorry, carry on, as you were saying.
But that's a common theme. Luke Shaw doesn't track his man, and Harry Maguire is always just ball watching. There's no alertness to what's around him, and that's why you find him either one, looking at the ball, or two, marking his own man, because he doesn't know what he's doing. And that's how we concede goals. Four different ways to concede goals, and we keep conceding the same goals through all four situations.
There was a name that kept popping up as well.
Sure.
I noticed it every single time Luke Shaw got mentioned. Even when it was coming in from the left, Luke Shaw ended up getting mentioned as well.
Yeah, because I haven't... Man United fans like to give this thing about, obviously, he had, like a year and a half of a fantastic run and all of that. But I'm like, I'll put the injury year aside. But he's had 8 years in this club. If you're happy with 18 months in 8 years of form, then that tells you where Man United are right now. This is why I call them Gucci Everton.
It's not really surprising that as soon as we made the change and we put Tellers on,
so much better.
Different, right?
So much better.
Different. And then that's when the goal came. So
I feel like Luke Shaw should be ashamed that someone like Zinchenko, who was attacking midfielder by trade, can now be put to left back and be, quite frankly, a better left back than you. That's poor. You're a left back by trade. You should not be allowing that to happen, especially when you're playing for one of the top sides in England. It's poor. So I mean, I'm not me to disrespect Zinchenko. He's done his thing, but you are a left back.
Yeah, I get it. However, do you think you'll go through?
Just about, because
So that's a yes then.
Yeah, it's a yes. It's a yes, but it's a just about kind of thing. I don't have confidence in Man United to go to Old Trafford and absolutely destroy them because it's no longer the theatre of dreams. That ended a long time ago. Those dreams weren't satisfying when you walked out the door. So, as far as I'm concerned,
no, it really did.
It did absolutely. Yeah. So, I think we'll get a 1-0 win again. Just about get through, but that speaks volumes for me. We ain't gonna win the Champions League if any Man United fans are thinking that right now. Just want to put that in the.
There are some that do. I'll be honest. There definitely are some that are slightly.
Oh, absolutely. And I just want to. If they win it, I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you. Hey, listen, I'm here. I'm celebrating.
You win it.
But until then, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't see. As long as Liverpool stay in this tournament, I can't see any English club winning it.
I don't think Liverpool are going to win it either.
I really do think they are, but that just shows my fear factor of Liverpool. To be fair, yeah, but one thing I will say, I don't know if either of you two have seen your goal in slow motion.
I saw a video about that. Yeah,
it's pretty good, you know.
It's a nice goal. Yeah, it's a nice goal.
Like, touchline. What are they? Touchline. Fracas posted it. And it's pretty fucking good. I must admit it is. But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, Atletico aren't the team that they used to be, but 1-1, you can't be mad at it.
Nah, but the Man United are not the team they used to be either. So that one.
Yeah.
Plus, Atletico are actually they're still champions as it stands anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, they've done a lot more than we've done.
They are. This is the thing. I found myself last year saying that I felt like Simeone was coming up to the point where Biz. Like Simeone was coming up to the point where it's becoming stale and he needs to move on. But they won the league last season, so I mean, who am I to say that? To be fair, but go on.
Sorry, so big up our biz, saying big up my brothers. Man like Kojo brought the 99 vibes to Don Robbie's channel. Love that. What do you mean? Oh, explain what the 99 vibes were.
Obviously, everyone knows what we did in 99, but
more. What did you do?
Just won a little treble, just a little treble, one of the treble.
Young treble.
Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup, not UEFA Cup, FA Cup, and League Cup like some Scouts clubs, but hey.
Okay.
So, the main point was, look, we're on Arsenal's channel, but we're two Man United fans, me and Neeks, watching Man United on an Arsenal related channel, and we're just asking them why they're showing Champions League football when it doesn't relate to them whatsoever. Kind of comments, and when they try to make a slight at us, I was like, well, you should be happy. You should be happy Tuesday night, are you? So,
you know what?
Basking in excellence,
It is a true point. I mean, earlier on, I jumped to the spaces earlier, and it was what was it? Who of these are generational talents? Foden, Saka, Jude, João Felix. I don't know why it was those four. I think it moved on for a conversation. And my first thing was, can someone just tell me what generational talent means? Because generational talent is having that debate is like having the world class debate. It's like if people don't have the same interpretation, and then someone said that basically you've done something different to what anyone else in your and I was like, do you know what? For Foden, to be fair, I probably wouldn't put him in generational talent then. Like the reason why you might, like for me, I said the only reason you might with Foden is if Foden coming up through the England ranks has always been touted as like the next big thing, and he was obviously the captain of the World Cup winning side, the player of the tournament. If he goes on and then does that for Manchester City, you could say, do you know what? He's just been that elite person the whole way, but right now he's not doing that. So if that's what you're basing it on, but everyone was screaming Saka, and I was kind of like, but Saka's not done it in games like Foden has done it in yet. But then I was like, however, he's at his age been a left back, then been a right winger. At that age, I don't think many people have done that. Therefore, you could say, is that generational? Because at that age, no one else has done that before. So
you could say he's kind of got the villain arc as well, where he's come back from obviously terrible time where he let the country down. I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking.
No, I know.
I'm joking.
But I just feel like I've always wondered, what does this, when people say generational talent, I'm like, I don't even fucking know what that means.
What
like,
does that mean? What does generational talent mean?
So I can't lie to you. I did see on Twitter that was the topic of conversation on the space. So I didn't jump into it because I know our listener just be like, nah, I lie, man. I don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
The thing is with generational talent for me is I refuse to call any young talent that, because I feel like when you use the term generational talent, that needs to cover a number of years. Like there has to be a body of work about it. So Phil Foden, in my opinion, Phil Foden and João Felix, out of those names, are the most talented of the young players. That's not saying
you don't agree with Jamie Phillips' football chat saying Felix is
because Felix, I feel like he made the wrong move.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I understood why he went there, but I just think it was not the right decision for him.
Yeah.
So could you consider making the wrong moves, making the wrong decisions?
No, because he's a young kid, bro. He's a young kid, and if Atletico Madrid come to you and say we're gonna buy you for 120 million, you're hardly gonna be like, wow, nah. You know, you're gonna go for that. Benfica and Atletico don't play the same football, so for him, he's had to.
No.
But his talent hasn't disappeared, judging by the goal that he scored on midweek on Wednesday. Thing is, generational. When someone asked me, I started mentioning like R9 and those guys. They're like, no, that's not generational. So no, for me it is, because they started as superstars as youngsters or star boys, if you would, and then they carried on the form for years. As they got older, they improved and got even better. Rooney, exactly. That is generational. Yeah. If you're asking me who I think is going to be generational out of those guys, I think the most likely is Phil Foden. That's my opinion. I rate him so highly.
Same, I'd agree with that.
I do feel like at the moment, and I did say I feel with Foden slightly, his poor run of form at the moment means that you now want to, like 6 months ago, no one would dare have the Foden Saka conversation, right? You'd be like, but now because Foden's not in form and Saka is, everyone's like, oh, well, actually, let's now have this conversation again. It's like you said, I do feel with that type of. My understanding of generational talent now is kind of like, we shouldn't say it till afterwards. Then you can say that person is like, I'll be 100. I'm not the biggest Neymar fan, but you would probably say that Neymar was generational talent. Because I do think if his career ended tomorrow, I personally feel maybe he hasn't lived up to his.
One of the worst things for me, I know this is off topic. One of the worst things for me, when you talk about generational talents and stuff like that, it gets me thinking about generations. And then when you see players like João Felix were born in 1999, that makes
mental, bruv.
That's it, like the generation below me. 1999, we've probably been Napa like 5 times.
Yeah. It's interesting because you've got players like Gaza. I think Gaza would probably be one you put in generational talent, but he didn't necessarily live up to his hype at sometimes. Like,
I mean, would you say he's a once in a lifetime footballer? That's what I get from generational. Like Rooney, maybe you could build another.
Rooney's a really good one.
Yeah, you could build another Rooney, maybe, but
Trent.
Rooney started at 16, and Trent right now is having the run of his life.
Yeah.
But
Trent is on to be, but based on what me and Kojo are saying, Trent is on to be generational.
He's on course to be, exactly.
He's 23, and he's been good for 4-5 years now. Like, he keeps that up. He's definitely fucking generational talent. Like,
there you go. Like,
definitely.
But that was one thing I said. Trent started getting spoke about. I said, you know what? I said, this is so mad that his name's not in the title, but somehow the space has still ended up about fucking Alexander Trent. It happens all the time. But
Reece James, do and Kojo.
I can't do this anymore.
Do you think
do it anymore?
This topic's been battered to death.
To death.
But I'll ask you quickly. Yeah, just like literally 10-second answer. Do you think Reece James is better than Trent?
No.
No.
He's slightly better defensively, but that's about it. No.
Okay, no, that's perfect. And then Daps as well. 10 seconds. Yeah. Do you think Reece James is better than Trent?
No, and he shouldn't be put in the conversation. I'm sorry, he shouldn't. Trent's been doing it for how many years?
4, you said.
So let Reece do. Like, Reece is cold. but let Reece get there. Like when people start putting people there, it's like to be fair, that Liverpool guy on terrace, what was his name? Can't even remember his name no more. That was like basically saying when Terry asked him about the best up and coming youngsters, and he basically came out with, yeah, you know, Mason Mount's all right, Foden's all right, Saka's all right, but for me, who's the Liverpool midfielder?
Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones for me is, and I was like, bro, Curtis Jones has been about for 2 minutes. For you to be doing that's just so like biased that you can't. I can't take anything else. He's gonna like give the guy a chance to get there. Like just give the guy a fucking chance.
It's
man.
even, I can't lie to you. It's even so cheeky to say that Foden's all right, but Curtis Jones. Come on now, let's be serious.
You know the biggest thing is with all these things, people. If I was to say no, for me right now, Trent has been more consistent over more years than Reece James. Someone will be like, oh, so you don't rate Reece James? No, I do highly. I really rate Reece James. I'm just saying Trent's been doing it for 4 years. Like, I think there's got to be context to these things.
There has. And you know what? Yeah, because we can't get the full answer. Do you know what? Big up man like Callum, yeah, because he echoes my point massively.
Oh, yeah? hell yeah. So let's move on.
Forget the RB debates. This is
big up Callum as well, because Callum's a real one. I love Callum.
And Callum, whenever you want to jump in, just jump in, bro. Just shout us.
Jump in.
So yeah, we want to talk more than football. You know what? So it's been a mad week. What do I want to go with first? Suits, what should I go with first?
Don't know. I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to ask me. Now,
You know what, Coach? You've been following what's going on. Let's just get there. You've been following what's going on with Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah. Well, so I'm not really a fan of the news because the news tends to be quite terrible.
No shit.
But that no. But that is unavoidable, and quite frankly, I have taken interest in it because, obviously, we know the stuff about NATO. Why Putin has become, well, I said become. He's always been this guy, but for me. I was saying earlier today that I feel like this is a bit more than a NATO thing. I feel like he's trying to pull a whole power trip. I think if he is successful in somehow invading completely Ukraine and winning this thing, he's not going to stop there. That's just number one. And that's a big scalp. He's going to take countries down around him one by one and then try to extend it even more. I don't trust, and I've never trusted the guy. The guy is evil, man. And I don't like using that word, but he is.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Evil. Like the thoughts I've had the last couple of days with some of the stuff I've seen and whatever is like, do you know what? You're just a bastard. I'm sorry, yeah, but
yeah.
Like real talk, it's just seeing some of the propaganda. I think, obviously, I don't know, but I'm pretty confident some of the propaganda he's putting out there and whatever. And yeah, I saw tonight NATO have basically pretty much to echo what you said, yeah, Ukraine's not part of NATO, so we're not going to put ground troops in Ukraine. However, we've got access to 40,000 ground troops and we're going to start deploying them at the furthest east points of every single NATO country just to let him know you need to stop there. Like,
okay,
you can't be coming no further because they said there are rumors that maybe he might want to push a bit further. And that's the worrying thing is like, there's nothing, we can't believe a word. Like I was saying to Soups earlier, when our diplomats were going over there over the last few weeks, coming back and saying, yeah, the talks were productive, but we recommend that every single English citizen in Ukraine get the hell out. It's like, they weren't productive, were they? They weren't productive one bit. Like, and it's just, for me, it's mad sad, man. Mad sad. Some of the stuff I've seen is just, you see Klitschko's taken up to arms as well, apparently now.
Yeah, he's the mayor of...
He's the mayor.
Yes, the mayor of Kiev.
Of Kiev, yeah.
And I like how, have you noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, obviously, I guess when I was growing up, the spelling of Kiev was K-I-E-V. Yeah. And now, everywhere on the media, it's K-Y-I-V. You know why that is?
Yeah, no.
Right, so...
Not to do with chickens.
No.
They bang with garlic in, you know.
Chicken Kiev, yeah.
Like they do.
Yeah, they do. Now, so obviously, why that is because obviously, Russian is a language. and Ukrainian. In Ukraine they have their own language too.
Yeah.
So the spelling of their capital should really be recognised by the way that the Ukrainians say it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's been spelt that way.
Well, they've changed it.
Yeah.
But I'm just shocked at the speed. Like,
but if Russia are successful in doing what they're doing, then they'll obviously push to have it changed back to.
Do you know what confuses me? Yeah, is like the speed they seem to have done it in already. Yeah, because when I think back to like Afghanistan and them type of places, people spoke about how long it took to take over cities and move between the cities and whatever.
Right.
These Russian man them are just like, but it's like Ukraine.
They've kind of been putting the work in for the last, obviously, like more recently in the last 8 months or so. They've been putting
slowly, but not slowly.
Not slowly, no, not slowly at all. But more than that, literally been doing it since 2014.
Yes, I heard since 2008. Yeah,
since they annexed Crimea.
Yeah,
so.
but the one thing I don't want to, because none of us are war specialists or any of that.
Oh,
no.
Remember, you saw I saw the meme that you put up.
The people that spoke about COVID 2 weeks ago have switched up their vibe, and now literally
political correspondents. All of
I know
us.
everything
Political
about
specialists.
But the thing that I wanted to maybe focus on a little bit more is the impact on obviously sports.
Yes,
because Putin has actually been quite an advocate of sports. Like they've to be fair, Russia have had the they've had the Olympics.
Yeah.
They've had the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's a spot on the Formula One. Not anymore now.
Not anymore, yeah.
And it is this whole thing. It's all mad. Yeah. That now instead of just going to war, it's like, right, we're going to start taking stuff away from them. The Champions League obviously has now moved to Paris.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be set in St. Petersburg. But now that's obviously Russia's second city,
which is mad because I'm sorry, people. If I'm coming across thick, maybe I am. But Russia's not part of Europe, is it?
No.
Why the fuck was the Champions League being played in Russia?
No, so it's they call it Eurasia, like it's because obviously Russia's wham. Like,
yes, wham as hell.
It's wham. So
11 time zones,
nearly as big as my feet.
11. It covers 11 time zones.
So it covers. It covers. It covers. It covers a stupid amount of area.
Yeah.
So it literally goes into Europe and it goes into Asia as well. So that's why they can run Champions League as well. Obviously, they count themselves as a European nation, I'd say. So I think that's why they're able to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, geographically it's Europe in some parts, but
so
politically it's not.
It's been moved. So I'm gonna tedious link this, right? It's been moved from Russia to Paris, right? And Hold Tight Flawless from Sarcasm City. I was watching earlier and he mentioned this. That is extra fucking pressure on PSG.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
And I was like, that is a fucking good point, because there's already now with Messi and all of that, they have this, they have more pressure. And now it's like, and also the final, if you make it there, which personally, I don't think they will. But if you make it there, there's that added pressure. And then when you start looking at it, how much of PSG's team will actually care that it's in France?
Probably only the French guys.
Not many of them. So so there's that. I mean, I'm happy. I don't believe we're going to make it there. I don't believe you're going to make it there either.
Big up the teams as well who are supporting their Ukrainian colleagues as well. So West Ham have obviously given Yarmolenko time off and stuff like that. Man City have come out in support of
that's been going on for a while. I think
Zinchenko
Zinchenko's been speaking about his worries to Pep for a while, because Pep's been mentioning it for quite a while.
He's been very vocal as well on his social media and stuff like that.
Zinchenko's the captain as well, isn't he? I think you know what? It's mad on radio. I've been hearing stuff, and like there's one guy on radio the other day who was saying he spoke to one of his family who's who's from over there, obviously, and was like, spoke to them on one day. Yes, Hudson. Spoke to them one day, and I think Sunday it was, and since then he hasn't been able to speak to them, and he said he can never get through, and I don't know if the Russians are doing something with the network over there where they could not allowing them to. And this is the thing with like we already know what the Russians are on, man. The Russians are hitting them on in some different things, but
this is wild. Big Adam Lana is saying Russia has a population of 145 million, and 110 million of those live in Europe.
Bloody hell.
No, Adam, that's a dope stat, you know.
Crazy.
You know what? Switch me and Kojo so people can see Kojo more when the comments come up. I don't mind my face being covered.
That's all right.
Yeah, is that true? It's mad how they can even be in Europe, to be honest. But that was one. So the second one was Formula One, which I feel like Formula One is a big money spinner. Really fucking big money spinner.
See, they put a statement out, and the first paragraph, I was like, yeah, this is bullshit. You guys can't preach anything here. Like, we know what you guys are about, but they had to withdraw it. I like the idea of all these guys just saying no. But even Man United drops. We were Aeroflot. Is that the Russia? Yeah. We're new. That's a new partnership, and we've already dashed them to the side. See, the thing is, I don't know if Putin even cares that kind of stuff is happening, to be honest. But it's a bit of a statement. I like that. You know, you need to.
It's all to do with money, with fund generation, though, isn't it? So
yeah,
obviously war's expensive.
Yeah.
So you got to rely on the incoming funds of certain business.
Yeah, I think
relationships. So
I think the other thing
cancellation of these relationships is quite big. That's what these sanctions are all about.
Yeah, and what I heard is that apparently when you are a leader like Putin, like Hitler, right? They still need a structure around them. And you know what? Fuck it, I'm throw it out there like Trump, right? When you're these type of leaders, yeah, you have to have a structure below you that will back you, right? Some of them are I don't want to say warlords. Some of them are generals. Some of them are just very, 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 very fucking wealthy people, right? And they're backing Putin right now, but it does get to a point where they're going to be like, you know what? The benefits of what we're doing versus the amount our pocket is being crippled right now. It's not. And then they start, because to call Putin out in Russia, you got to be a big deal. Like that's not like one of United's changing room calling out Ronaldo or something. That's some different level call out. Like, and I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cripple the people around him to the point where they're like, do you know what? Actually, fuck you. Like,
we can't support you.
And next minute, Putin might be put in prison, because I think when these powerful people want something, people can just all of a sudden, even powerful people like Putin can. But I just feel like we need to get on with it, because it's worrying, man. I'm not going to lie. Them men have got some serious nuclear weapons.
One of the funniest things that I've seen is the pronunciation of his name. So obviously around the world, like, so Kojo, how do you pronounce his name?
Who's that?
Who?
The president in Russia. How do you pronounce his name?
Vladimir Putin in Russia? Putin.
Yeah. Was it? Say again.
Putin.
Just say it.
Don't be scared.
Putin. Yeah.
Putin. Yeah. Everyone else, I say Putin as well. I think Daps, you say Putin, right?
Putin.
Have you listened to any of the American press conferences? Like,
that's why I started laughing, because I was like,
how we pronounce it is like, yeah, Putin. It's mad.
My girlfriend says Putin as well.
Putin.
Oh, she's Putin.
She says Putin.
It's mad when I see him though. When I look at him,
Putin.
He's
she's Canadian.
KGB,
so Putin.
Yeah. KGB, FSB. Yeah.
Bruv, he looks like some pussy hole though. That's
no, he doesn't. What, have you not seen him?
I'm just calling out Putin here. Like, listen, bro.
Have you not seen him riding a horse? Bare chest.
No, bro. He just looks like a pussy hole to me.
Riding a horse, bare chest. I've seen him ice skating on like crazy
Well, with his KGB, he probably can do all that, and I'd probably be an idiot that would tread on his trainers in a club and get bottled or something. But to me, he just looked like any guy. But
hopefully, no cyber attacks tonight.
It is what it is.
It's not that.
But yeah, so there's Formula One, which I think.
And the worst thing is, like, do you watch Formula One, Kojo?
Yeah. I started watching it for last young.
It's a great track.
What, you're gonna miss it? Soup's like, no, don't take that.
No. Obviously, I understand why they're taking it. I understand the political stuff behind taking it away. But obviously, as a Formula One fan, I'm gonna miss that track.
I hear that.
This calendar, because it's a great race. Always, it's a great race. It's one of the newest ones, so it's quite modern. It's got a lot of like spaces for overtaking. It
sounds like you're trying to talk everyone into. Do you know what? Just allow him. Let him do what he's doing for now, because the racetrack's all right.
It's right. It's absolutely right. The decision from the FIA was right to cancel that race.
Have we got any players over there? Or has the Russian hype died down now? You know how at one point loads of players were going and getting paid stupid money.
To pay for Angie and don't
yeah.
I don't think that happens anymore. I think that's done.
Yeah, do you remember that? And they were having to fly like 10 hours for training every morning because they couldn't live there because it was so fucked. So they that was mad. The other thing with what was I going to say? There was one last thing I wanted to speak on with Russia. Yeah, right. This morning, on the way to work, I've been, when things like this happen, I changed my radio station. I admittedly, I listen to Talk Sport a lot. It's just is what it is. But I'm listening to Radio 5 at the moment because they're giving more coverage of it. And they had this guy they interviewed this morning whose job was basically to troll through social media and work out if clips that are being posted are real or fake.
I'd love that. I'd love to be able
to
do that.
They'd be studying and they were coming back like saying, they were talking about things that we've shared in our group and going, that was from 2016 in Syria. And they're just breaking all these things down and like saying, and just because something's been shared by 1,000 big accounts, that doesn't mean that's legit. That
fake news? Fake news happens.
And that's their job. Their job is literally to just troll it and work it out and be like, no, look at that car in the background. Look at the number plate. And it's like, fucking hell. But the other thing I was going to say on, Coach, did you see the Russian soldier that was live while he was parachuting out of a helicopter that got shot down?
That footage,
bruv, it's mad. It's like, fuck me. I said to my ex-other half, Matt, like, it's like, I have no doubt that at some point we're going to see a battle, a gun battle, like live on Instagram. Literally, they'll be like, yeah, like it's crazy. These people are actually streaming live while they get a parachute out of a shot down plane. But yeah, so that was the first thing. I think, you know what, the Klitschko brother and Usyk. No way, Usyk.
I did see a picture of like them three together.
Look, the thing is, I get the Klitschko's because one of them is the mayor. If you're the mayor of a city and you are asking anyone, come in, Callum. If you're asking anyone, you send them the link. If you're asking anyone, like as the mayor, between the age of, and I'll be honest, I had tears in my eyes earlier. I saw this video of a guy who was having to put his daughter, about the same age as my daughter, on a coach with her mum, and he had to stay back. Yeah. And it was like, I've had to like take my daughter once away from my wife because we were going on holiday for like 3 days, right? And the way she cried that she wasn't going to see her mum for 3 days is one of the most painful things I've ever experienced in my life. And when I look at it now, it's like, it was 3 days. She was going to see you again. So I can imagine having your daughter thinking they're never going to see their dad again, right? Klitschko can't be asking people to do that and then go, but I'm not fighting. Respect to him, the fact that he's actually fully booted up, ready to go. Like, I don't know how Putin must see that, because Putin and Klitschko have probably met and shook hands before. Right?
You know what thing is? Obviously, Klitschko's the mayor of Kiev, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you imagine our mayor of Bedford? jumping in the war.
But the mayor of Bedford waved to my daughter one time. We would like on the way to Nando's, and she had the window down. And he started waving. He was walking on with two men then with him with his big chain on, and my daughter was like waving, and he started waving back, and she's like, I was like, Kiana, that's the mayor. He's waving at you.
That's our mayor. That's our mayor.
He looks like a lovely guy, man.
Nah, honestly, no.
I've just got
big up Dave. Big up Dave each and every time. I think if he jumped in the water, he'd have a mayor.
Yeah, he would have a mayor. The thing is, I've got these vibes now with the Klitschko brothers, yeah, that it could almost be a film, and they're not going to hold no straps. They're literally going to go through half the Russian army, just punching.
Have you not seen the video?
Just punching man up, literally uppercutting man. Like it would be the sickest film. They just go through half the Russian army with their bare fists. And I didn't know Usyk would be a man. Do you know Usyk v Joshua they were considering it being in Ukraine?
Look.
I love the fact that he's actually posing with pictures.
Yeah,
it's like fucking photo shoot.
Big up them man there who have gone back to kind of defend their home territory stuff.
It's weird though.
Did you hear? Yeah.
They seem to be taking over Kiev pretty easily.
Yes.
But
like
then
I said,
someone said that apparently what the Ukrainian military will be doing is going to ground.
Yeah.
And thinking, do you know what? We're going to go to ground and spread ourselves out across this whole damn country.
And then they're gonna.
And then when you start trying to really take over the whole country, we're going to be popping up left, right, and centre. But
what's up?
But you know what? I just pray for the people of Ukraine.
No,
and you know what? Actually,
massively.
I do think the one thing that's very important to say is this is not a reflection on the people of Russia.
No,
this is like a very small, minute group of people led by a pussy-hole. I mean,
that's his reckless. His reckless scheme with it.
Look, and then again, so it's not the people of Russia, and I think that is the key. And I think that is something that's very important that everyone worldwide needs to remember. You can't start going, "Oh, all Russians are this or that." No, this is their government, and I would hope that I never get judged on man like Boris.
No,
please.
no xenophobia. So, the news came out today that the Ukrainian government said they're giving out weapons.
18,000.
Yeah, they're giving out weapons to anybody who wants it to defend the country. Yeah,
half of Brixton have drove to Ukraine. Right, they're grabbing the things, bringing them back. Bruv, they're gonna mash a pea, bruv. They're coming back.
So imagine,
Eastern Bloc.
So Kojo, so imagine, obviously this is like a proper fake scenario. Yeah, imagine, the UK are in war, and then Boris says, "Yep, I'm gonna offer out weapons to anybody who wants them." Are you grabbing a weapon?
I'm grabbing a weapon.
I'll grab a weapon, but then it would be for like if there's a knock at the door and it's not one of my boys or my girls to come and chill or family.
That's what I'm saying.
Once you open the door, you know there's gonna be one black straight to your head.
Do you know what? This is the thing. Like, so I keep a big pickaxe handle by the side of my bed, right? And
but that's because he's got wood to chop at the edge of his bed and stuff like that.
And I've got an alarm. So if someone comes to my door, right, they're downstairs, and my view is take what the fuck you want downstairs. Couldn't give a shit. Whatever you want, I'm insured, right? The minute you come upstairs, where myself, my daughter are, I have the upper hand. I'll poke you with it. I'll do whatever the fuck I need to do with this thing. You're gonna fall down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
I'll hide and swing and lick your head off, whatever it is, yeah. And old school, I was thinking about this the other day. Old school, England were in a really good place, right? That we are on an island away from everyone else, right? So you have to have boats and you have to come across. And if you've got that upper hand or if you're on a boat, it's easier. The problem is now, unfortunately, with these fucking weapons, it's like, and that's where I am a bit with this. I don't know how we handle when everyone's like, we need to get involved, we need to do more. I'm like, we do need to help the Ukrainians 100%. We should never stand back and let other people. But this motherfucker's crazy, bruv. Like, we're little old England, bruv. Like, honestly.
Listen, no, we got sanctions.
For me, we've
got sanctions.
We have to side with America, or we get our tails between our legs, yeah, and we go and act like France, bruv, and just go, we're not involved. It's not us. Like,
yeah, I hear that.
This guy's crazy, man. But let's bring Callum in, then we're going to move the subject, and then we'll ask Callum quick on Russia. Is it Callum?
It is. It is.
Yes,
It's
man. What's everyone saying? You all
Old
good,
school
yeah?
vibes.
Yeah,
Banana, banana.
Come
Bottle,
on.
Tottenham.
Be back.
Oh.
It started already.
Literally, within 3 seconds of Callum joining, he's talking about bottles.
Sorry.
It's all right, man. We deserve it.
You know what? The problem is that I feel like you man have put me through the Coach, are you all good, by the way?
Yeah.
I feel like Callum, you man have put me through the works this week, bruv.
When you say
You
you're
man got
Tottenham
involved
fans.
in something you didn't need to get involved in, right? You should have gone. At least if you're going to make us look like dickheads, go and fucking win your next game, bruv.
Oh no, but this is what we do though. Like we'll beat.
Yeah,
Man
but don't
City.
involve my team, bruv, in your shit.
Yeah, but we beat you, man, for fun every season. Not when it matters though. Not when it matters.
Yeah, but this
when
is the
it
thing.
doesn't matter-
Usually when you beat us, it doesn't matter too much, apart from the Champions League, maybe mattered a little bit. But this season, do you realise what you man have done? Like, I was on a stream earlier and a United fan was talking about City, and I go, hold on. Do you want Liverpool to win the fucking league? He was like, of course I don't. I go, right, so shut your mouth. All of you lot need to, all these people that are saying, oh, we want a title race. You do realise a title race could end up with Liverpool winning the league, yeah? None of us fucking want that. None of us want Liverpool winning the league. So every other team we've got to play this season, bow down and kiss our fucking feet, yeah? Because honestly, Callum, you and Southampton have taken 10 points off us this season.
Bro, we always win games when it doesn't matter. This is why I can't be excited as a Spurs fan.
My bad.
Because we'll get a good result, and then I know that we're going to drop points to a Burnley or a Wolves or a Southampton. It's inevitable of us.
You know what? We will talk on this real quick. Conte, what is going on with that guy?
You know what? He's an emotional man. Like he come.
I need to stop hearing this. I'm sorry. I'm hearing this too many times. No, he's an emotion. Sorry.
He is.
Honestly,
though. He's an emotional man.
Is he? I'm starting to think he's the biggest fucking hustler, right? Because he walked away from Chelsea with a big boy P, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got a mad payout, right? The way he's talking, it can only be a matter of time before Levy goes, do you know what, bruv? This is damaging right now. I don't get the whole situation now. I don't get how someone will say, oh, he didn't realise the situation was that bad.
He knew we was
He
getting
can't
himself
have
into.
thought that 2 signings in January, while you're also getting rid of 2 or 3 creative players, was going to, like, he can't have thought that. He can't have thought, do you know what, Tottenham, if I get rid of 2 or 3 of their creative players, but bring in 2 players, we're going to be up there for top 4. He can't have thought that. So I'm like, I don't get what conversations happened when he signed the contract.
Can I just say the reason why I'm happy that he's speaking like this is because I said it to Patrick, and I think he thought that I was maybe just trying to get Conte like sort of like just let him get away with it. But Tottenham players have been letting these guys down for years. This ain't new. I'll put Romero to the side, Kulusevski and Bentancur, but there's a culture there where these men will turn up for about a moment and then just not do anything else, and they'll win the odd big game and then do nothing else. This is what they've been doing for a long time. This ain't new. When I think they finished second, and then Pochettino obviously made that comment about the rebuild would be painful because he saw the writing on the wall. He saw that these guys were at the end. It was done. It was game over. He wasn't listened to. He got fired. Then you get Mourinho in, and then Mourinho, yes, problematic, of course, but he also is making the point that, look, these guys are not it.
You got 2 managers screaming. It's 3 potentially, yeah, actually.
Not screaming, Ndombele, lazy, this guy is not good enough, all that. And he's saying it because, yes, I mean, no one likes watching their managers criticize some players in public. But personally, I'm like, well, doing it privately hasn't really helped them either. So maybe they need to be called out. And now Conte's coming out and saying, I thought I could come here and help the team out. Like, I genuinely thought I could help, because if we're being real, he's had worse players have better performances. Matteo Darmian was scoring last-minute winners for Inter Milan on the way to the title.
Who is that? Who is that Donny that they had? He turned into a prime right back.
Victor Moses.
Victor Moses. Like, there's worse players we've seen pull out absolute blinders for a whole year, but you're telling me these guys can't do it? They get away with too much, man. That's why
I get what you're saying, but then I'm still like, all right, cool. So why did you take the job?
Because he thought he could help. It's like doing a favor. Essentially,
why did Daniel Levy a favor?
No, not that it owes him a favor, but I'm just saying that the way it came across to me when he was talking about it, like, I thought I could help Tottenham. I thought I could do something.
His own legacy.
What, he believed his own hype that he could turn some average players into.
I mean, he's done it before. You know what I'm saying? He's done it before.
I don't know. I just feel like the transfer window confused me. When he came out, I think maybe it was like first or second week of January, and I think it was first week, and said, I need to have a word with the board and work out. And I'm thinking, hold on. For me, when you took the job, when did you take the job? Late November, something like that, early December?
Yeah.
When you take that job, surely, like, we all know what Daniel Levy's about, right? Although Conte's been in Italy for a minute, I'm sure he fucking knows what Daniel Levy is about. So if he offers you the job, I would imagine in the interview process, it involves you saying, right, cool. So what are you giving me in January? So when first week of January, he's saying, I need to have a chat about what, I'm like, what?
Are you asking that? So that's a good question. Are you asking that question direct to the Spurs fan who's in here?
Well, what's your take on it, bruv? Like,
what's your take,
Callum?
Well, he declined us in summer. Was it last summer? We was linked with Conte, and he declined us because we couldn't give him what he wanted, I'm assuming, funds-wise. So for him to come in, what was it, December, things must have changed, didn't it? Levy must have promised him something that he can't provide. But you know what I don't understand is what all the conversations about. Like the other day, after Conte's
like
interview,
Soup says about United all the time.
Because, bro, like I went bed at like 11:30 the other night, and I was seeing like 200 man in a Tottenham space. Conte's comments, woke up middle of the night, 3:30. The space was still going on. And I'm thinking, what am I really talking about? Because at the end of the day,
go on.
No, but bro, let me just say this: is that the last 3 years, 4 years, we've had Jose Mourinho, Conte. Forget Nuno because he's an alright manager. Poch, so that's three great managers there. Same group of players, same owners. So we can talk about Conte's comments. Maybe you should stop the five at the back. Nothing's gonna change. What are we really talking about? As long as Levy owns Tottenham and he's not investing the right amount of money into the club, and when he does invest money, it's in a one player here and there. He's still trying to cut corners with other signings. Yep. Nothing's really going to change. What are we expecting us to be fighting top four?
Moved a couple of man to bring a couple of man in was mad. But sorry, last thing, then we'll bring the other guest in. Yeah, I don't really get it. To be frank with you, I don't get it. Will he go?
I don't think he'll go mid-season.
This is the thing.
I don't think he'll go mid-season. I reckon he'll stay to the end of the season. I doubt we're going to spend big in summer. This is really... I mean, people are saying, it's Levy's last chance. They're not going to sell either way. All of the money they've invested into the stadium, the apartments around the stadium...
Yeah, you can't say that. That's like saying that it was Arsenal's owners last time. The owners go when the owners want to fucking go.
Yeah, they're not going nowhere.
No owners. Mike Ashley was at Newcastle for how long? Like, the owners go when they want to fucking sell. Then...
But you know why I'm not trying to hear conversation from Spurs fans about this? Because the man that are so vocal about, Levy out, Enoch out, you got season tickets. You got Tottenham shirts from 91 to now. You buy all the merch. You go to all the games. You support the owners. So then when you organise protests now, it's just a link up to network. Everyone's there. Man are drinking Jack Daniels out of cans, and taking pictures and that. What kind of protest is that?
Yeah,
so my thing is, if you've got energy, then have the energy.
I will back you on that. My one view on this whole the merchandise thing is, I get with the shirts, and definitely, Arsenal actually, you can start buying the merch again because your board are actually doing all right at the moment. They're backing Arteta a bit, but the ticket thing, I totally get. I would never ask a fan to, like, I saw this, I can't remember who it was. I saw this one girl on Twitter. She'd been waiting for a Man United season ticket for years, got offered it, bought it, and then people started calling her out, going, "Oh, you're anti-Glazers, but you've bought a season ticket." And she was like, "Listen, I've waited how many years of my life to go and watch the club I love play football, right? I'm going to take the season ticket and go and watch the club I love play football. I won't go and buy merchandise from the shop, but I love this club. I'm going to go and watch it." And I'm 100% with that. The ticket thing.
No, I hear it.
But the merchandise, especially if you're Arsenal, when they have how many kits. But
I don't know. Like, I see Coach. He's like, I think you're thinking the same thing as me. With me, if I was fully on this, Glazers out and stuff like that. Yeah, do you know what? I might buy a season ticket. But I ain't going.
Wow, you're mad, bruv.
I ain't going.
Fuck that. I ain't buying a season ticket then. I ain't buying a season ticket.
So the most expensive season ticket.
You buy a season ticket and stay at home.
This brother must be balling and not letting me know.
No, but no, but I'm saying if I'm gonna protest against I'll buy a season ticket.
I get why you might want to go, but you know what? While we're talking, oh no, it's Liverpool, in fact. So gonna get so one more guest in. I was on his show last night for the first time. Vibes. It's Monts from Big Six Bands. Callum, you were watching as well, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in the comments really cool bit.
Yes, Monts, you there? Or you might not be there, you know. He might have got bored of waiting.
Can I just say, yeah, I've been trying to get Monts on free midfield for a while now, but he's busy on Mondays, man.
You know when you just it's mad because like I've followed him for a minute, he's followed me for a minute.
Oh, Twitter friends.
I've used that about 3 times in the last week, but we never. And then we were on a show last week. Hassam, you know what? The first time I come across Hassam was on your show.
Pause.
Oh,
Kojo.
really?
Yeah, remember when he gave I can't remember your other. I don't want to say your other.
Cahill.
The guy you run 3 in midfield with. He gave him a hard time.
Yeah, he. So we did.
I don't know. Is he recovered yet?
Oh yeah, Cahill's recovered now finally, but it's like because he was on we were on Uzma's channel first, and Hussam absolutely he destroyed Cahill, destroyed Arsenal in one sitting. I was sitting there, and I was actually saying to Hussam, you can't do this to my boy. That's all I could say. There was nothing I could say to stop the chaos, and then because I am also quite the villain sometimes, I then DM'd Hussam and said, "Yo, are you free tomorrow?" And he came through and caused even more chaos. Yeah,
the second time, right? And then basically after that, someone hollered me to do for me to join a Big Six. I think it was who are the United lot? It's a guy and a girl. They're on Spaces. I can't remember who they are now. Anyway, they hollered me to do a kind of 6 show with Hassam. And I was like, cool, because his energy is the type of energy that makes me come alive, right? I've said before, when people have come through the door at Terrace that act a little hype, I'm like, okay, right, now I can become what I want to become. If someone's not being hype, I'm a bit bored. So, but I'll be honest with you, I said to Soups before the first time I was going on the show with Hassam, I go, I'm not going to lie, Soups, he's fucking quick, you know? He's very fucking quick. He could be the guy that I'm like, you like lose my shit and start like asking for IP addresses and all sorts. Like, he's quick, man. He's very, very quick. I mean,
what are you? All right, Putin.
Me and him still,
Putin,
even today, we still go at it, man. I don't think it will ever change. But hold tight, Hassam. But yeah, so I was on Hassam's show on Sunday because imagine Kojo, he wouldn't get me on his show. Until I kept saying, when am I going to come on? When am I going to come? Nothing. And then the minute we dropped points,
that's when he came.
Not even the next morning, right? Me and Soups were doing a Kell Brook Khan watch along last week. Hassam, don't watch boxing, is in the fucking comments, Daps, you free tomorrow? I'm like, this fucking guy, this guy. So what all right, cool, I'll go on. It's fine. And Monts was on there, and it's the first time we actually then I went on Monts' channel last night, and absolute vibes. Went on for way too long in it, Monts.
Oh, listen, not the
Monts
first
gets
time.
rattled by Chelsea fans big time.
Oh man, they pissed me off, man. They pissed me off. But go on, carry on.
Welcome. So what were we talking about? Putin's a pussyhole.
Yeah.
What else?
Conte.
What else?
Conte.
Spurs fans.
Kojo's a celebrity now.
Yeah, because
What is
he's
it?
been on AFTV, he's a celebrity now.
Wants you on his channel, but
Yeah.
you're not letting him breathe. So
He's not free on Mondays, man. He's not free on Mondays. But
Bruv,
soon
he's been hollering me. He's been hollering me.
We say
he's
Monts.
got a free date on Monday.
Monts. What are you gonna say? You're not gonna free up Mondays for Kojo, no?
give me one Monday, man. Just one Monday.
What, on Big Six?
Yeah, as I know, you leave them for 1 week, but just come to free midfield for one Monday. Just one Monday. Just come through. And then
Bro,
go
I'll
back.
free up, bro. Listen, I'll free up Mondays, man. I'm around. You know what I mean? I'm around, bro.
Say less.
I got you, G. I got you.
There you go.
So, what were we speaking on? Coach, come on. You're probably more sober than me in suit. So what were we speaking on a minute ago? Before we let Monts in?
We're talking about Conte crying.
Yeah, Conte. Let's move it on. Let's move it on though. The other thing I wanted to speak on, we might go back and speak football, but I think before Coach goes, is I wanted to speak on Jamal Edwards. We're on YouTube right now, right? And he is one of in this country, he's definitely one of the pioneers of YouTube. Like, he did the come up the same as us. And I spoke to, I think it might have been Monts. I don't know. The other day we spoke about it, and I was saying, so I used to DJ and be like host mixtapes, and one of my brethren was shooting a music video in Northwest, and Jamal Edwards wanted to come and do a behind the scenes. This was way before he's big, because usually the behind the scenes is kind of the smaller channel. Right. So when I say this guy has done the come up, like all of us, yeah, started from the bottom, now he's here. Like, and obviously when I'm turning on my main TV and I'm seeing adverts of like SBTV and the MBE and everything, like he has set levels for.
We got Smoky Bars TV.
Was that him as well? Smoky Bars.
That's him. Yeah, that's SBTV, isn't it? Smoky Bars TV.
Oh, is that what it was? Smoky Bars, you know. Yeah,
Smoky Bars.
It's
from way back.
It's mad, you know. It really is, like, because I guess as well, it's kind of someone from our generation.
Yeah.
That made it, and like, rest in peace. But like, any of you lot got anything to say about it? Like,
I was just gonna say that I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of important sort of pioneers of what they do, tend to like, whenever they pass away, like obviously they've moved like hundreds and thousands of people, and it's just, to me, it's crazy that they're so selfless that they don't even tell people, they don't even project what they're doing or what's going on with them in their personal life, you know, in the negative sense, to social media. They still carry on promoting what they do to help who they need to help. Like, for even for instance, his name's gone for a second. Black Panther, man. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Chadwick.
Pardon?
Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick. Like, especially him himself. Like, no one really knew what was going on. Obviously, there was rumors, obviously, because he was losing a lot of weight and sort of stuff like that. But it's as I said, people like Chadwick and, you know, and now obviously Jamal, like, they hold these things quite close to them. And I feel like I think it's nothing to like almost boast about, but I think it's just a testament to people, and then it's a testament to a generation where anything, if you look at like influencers, any bad thing that's going wrong with them, first thing that knows is the internet, probably before their family. Do you know what I mean? The following is known before their family, and that becomes the focus of what's going on with them and how you know what I mean? And it's the talk of the town. I think the real pioneers out here, the people that keep that stuff to themselves and carry on spreading on the positive message and the positive work that they're doing. And then when it comes out, it's truly, unfortunately, at the bitter end, you know? So, and it's unfortunate that people are still asking how what happened. Just remember them for what they've been doing, man.
So obviously, yeah, we've heard the bad news of what's happened to Jamal, and we said RIP Jamal Edwards. Yeah, I've seen a lot of negative comments. Yeah, I think kind of picking up from what you're saying. Once I've seen a lot of negative comments of people vexed about how people express their or show their respect.
Yeah, that's just social media for you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people try to police other people's reactions to things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
I don't think you should be allowed to police
That's really
the
good
way
one.
someone else pays their respect.
You know what? It's a really interesting one you touch on that, right? So I think probably everyone here pretty much know that Shocks, obviously when Shocks passed away, right? And I did a few pods with Shocks. More so, I actually spoke more with him away from pods because I've gone through a bad few months and I've lost my shit with some people on Spaces and acted erratic. And Shocks isn't like, me and him weren't close, but he reached out saying Daps. Like he defended me. Like when I was getting erratic, he was saying, "No, you can't like
Daps, relax."
But actually, when I'm getting erratic and people are trying to fire back, he's like, "No, don't speak to him like that." Like, but then afterwards, will holler me and pull me up like, "Daps, you're better than that. Don't react to these people." Like, and like that touches me a lot. If someone touches my DMs, all of a sudden that's a bit more personal than tweeting and retweeting and whatever. Then when he passed away, it touched me a lot, and I'll be 100. Like I said, me and him weren't best friends or anything. It touched me more because he's got a daughter, right? And every time I saw his daughter, I thought about my daughter, right? And for me, that is the bond between a parent and their child, yeah, is bigger than anything, and that can tear me up and whatever. So, like, I kind of got involved with the funding thing, the GoFundMe, but was like, I don't put my name on it because, and this is what I wanted to touch on, because I don't want people to think I'm trying to build my name by being associated with this. So I was like, don't put my name associated. And it's mad that actually I should even think like that, when I was just thinking this little girl needs, like, she and the mum are going to need some money because the dad's not going to be about and whatever. And then even when Ray hollered me to go to the funeral, I was like, bruv, there's probably people that need to go more than me. But I'd love to come and pay my respects, but there's probably people that like, and it's mad that because this is ultimately, if you say something and support someone, there are people that will start coming for you saying you're doing it for this reason or that reason. And like,
it's almost like creating competition out of nothing.
It's not there. Like how is there competition out of paying respect to someone? But there is, to the point where, and it's a bit like the way society changes. If another example is, I could be in a shop, right, and I could see a little girl that reminds me of my daughter, right? But straight away, you don't want even to like say, your daughter's really cute, because straight away and it's mad that society has got to this point where it's like, you think you're being judged badly on anything you do. Like,
yeah, that society has become very, very sensitive in all cylinders. You just got to be careful what you do, and do you know what it is? I think it's a lot more powerful in London, especially because obviously being from, I no longer live in London. I've been out of London for 2 years now, and like everything in like, I used to think everyone outside of London were the weirdos, innit? Like, but
country in that.
But like, we're just mad touchy people. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because the fast life, innit? It's the fast life.
It is.
So Mons, the question is, so should you be allowed to pay your respects however you want, or should it be policed? Should there be gatekeeping?
As in to pay your respects to someone who's passed away?
Yeah. So if you hear bad news, someone passed away, like DMX or something like that.
Yeah.
If you put a tweet out saying RIP DMX, should you be allowed to do that, or should you wait and kind of
clout chasing,
not really say anything, because like, why, like, you're not really his
You weren't close with
family. You're not
DMX.
close with him.
He
You're
wasn't
not
your
that.
man then.
Should you be allowed to pay
cool.
your respects how you want, or should you?
All right, let me
mind
answer.
your
I
business?
can answer that with a question. God forbid.
Answer
you-
with
if you-
the answer.
I'm gonna answer with a question, and I can go for anyone here. If you passed away, and obviously, let's say you're looking down on what's going on, you're a fly on the wall on what's going on after your passing. Would you want your support for your death to be policed?
No, not for shit.
Ask everyone. I don't know because I don't
Go on,
know.
Comments as well,
Kojo say no.
I think it might
comments
be
as well,
different
like-
for different people.
Callum,
You know what? Like, I would never police how people react to people passing away, whether they know them personally or not.
Yeah.
But me personally, I've got a few things that, God forbid, if I was to pass away, and I saw people doing with regards to paying their respects to me, there's a few things that I wouldn't love. But that's me personally. I wouldn't judge no one else for.
For sure, yeah. I just think it's curious. I think it's a very curious question because I personally, as I said, when it comes to policing your respects to someone, I'm not going to lie to anyone here. There's times where someone's passed away, and in fact, as I said, well, people around me have passed away, and like people quite close, very close, and obviously on the peripheral. And when I've seen the respects, I've kind of gone, you and my man never spoke though. Like I've like, you know, I'm not. And listen, I'm not gonna. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna act like I'm no saint. A man that passed away, as I said, RIP to them. But I know man that I've never spoke to them. And in fact, I know man so well. He didn't like my man.
I know them ones. I know them ones as well. Yeah.
And then I'm hearing, you know, so and so's world, missing you every day, broski. Love always, man. Make sure you're good. Fly high. And like, obviously, like, see, and that there is now I can't say, because again, it's the responsibility of the person who's passed away in my head, that it's not my responsibility to feel that way. It's just something I've noticed. I've just noticed it and gone, hold on a minute. But you know what? That's why I don't think it should be policed. I think it should just be noticed and not policed. Does that make sense?
That's a good, you know what, that's a good one, because I'll be 100. I've just said how it's pissed me off, but I've noticed it before. So I've been like, hold on, but
y'all don't talk. Y'all never spoke. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, 100. Who was it? It was Mashtown on one of the, what was the thing that Margs and Lippy and Callum, you'll know, Lippy and the other Don from Mashtown used to do for the culture.
Or tricky.
And they were talking about when an op dies. And when an op dies, if someone starts like celebrating almost, it's like, that's not right. Like, hold on.
That's never right. That can't be.
No,
yeah.
That can't ever be right.
Ultimately, it's like, no.
You can't celebrate someone.
When someone is dead, that's it. Like, you don't, even if they are someone you don't get on with, you don't celebrate it, because that is a human being that has died. Like, and
they got family, they got people that care about them, and yes, so many.
But what was touched at the very beginning of this conversation was someone said about, and I've heard it a few times, how did they die? And that question
is that an offensive question?
It's evasive.
For me, I've been asked that a few times recently on people. Like, one of the first things, how they die. It's like, bro,
Kojo,
do you think when hold on? Do you
sorry.
think when family are telling you that one of their families died, your first question is going to be how? Like,
yeah, especially when people say it before they pay their respects.
I saw it through COVID a few times with like people like, had they been jabbed?
Yeah,
bruv, not now.
You know what? I don't think there's no ill intention behind it. Like, sometimes
it's ignorance, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's ignorance, and it's a bit too evasive sometimes, especially when that's your first question. But I don't.
There's a right way to ask that question, or you should never ask that question.
It's timing. You don't want to, like, someone passed away, the first question shouldn't be, oh, how did they die?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't like to ask that question in general, because it's not something that I should be looking to. Maybe I don't know if it's the right word or what is anyway. Investigate. Anyway, whether it's someone that was close to me or it's someone I just didn't know, but it's been on socials, I found out, obviously, like Jamal's passing away. I went on Twitter and I saw that. I wasn't thinking to myself, oh, how did he pass away? It was like, wow, this guy made an impact. God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it. I don't have the interest in finding out how someone died. If they want to tell us, they'll tell us.
Okay.
If they don't want to tell us, quite frankly, it's not my business. That's how I see it personally. I don't have any interest in knowing, because
I think it's also as well. It's what is the benefit of you knowing this?
I think if you know the person personally and you was close to them, that would be one of the first things I'd want to know.
But if you don't know them personally, there'll be the right time, because
but if you, God forbid, if you get a call, one of your loved ones has passed away, you'd want to. How has this happened?
Okay.
Like,
It's. I think
I was just with my man. How has this happened?
From experience, as I said, I can speak about this openly now. Anyway, my best friend passed away 2 years ago, and I was one of the last ones to find out how he passed away. And just from experience, I didn't want to know, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that's just a personal thing, but it never really crossed my mind until even like at least over a month and a bit later. And then when I was asked the question, I still didn't want to know. And when I found out, I threw up. So it's like, I don't know, innit? Like, it's just certain things. I don't know. Personally, my man was just caught up in everything else. But like how it happened, just didn't even matter, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
So that's just from speaking from experience, and so I don't know.
I will say, obviously, I feel like with Jamal, everyone, like, you know what? I won't say everyone. I'll say for myself. Straight away, the first thing was it mental health, which is really fucking bad. But
I'll tell you right now, it wasn't.
No. But to be honest, after that, I thought, you know what? Actually, I think because so many people asked, I was then got to the point where. But it's sad that the first thought was it mental health? And I guess the one thing I would say with mental health is maybe it's because we kind of want to use that as a way to kind of educate people more, like talk about it more, because it would be really interesting if we could do a study going back the last 15, 20 years, because I'm aware of it, that over the last few years, guys speak about it more. It is becoming easier to speak about. It kind of makes you think, do you know what? How many people over the last 15, 20 years have died of mental health, and it hasn't even been paid attention that it was mental health. It was just seen as something else. So I kind of get why people ask that with Jamal, but it's mad. The thing is, we need to, like Kojo said, focus on the things that he did. We are in YouTube, right? All of this. And then when you see the people that he helped, it's mad. Like
he busted the door wide open.
This is the key. So for me, there was 3 platforms: Grime Daily, Link Up, SBTV. They're the 3 main. If you look at mainstream, and I don't mean mainstream, I mean fucking mainstream, yeah? That was SBTV. Ed Sheeran, like, he came through SBTV.
Dave.
Jessie
J came through SBTV.
Don Strapsy.
Strapsy, Don
Strapsy. Yeah. But then Krebs and Conan, who've gone quite far. It seemed like he was very, and for my, like, when I spoke to him, he was just a very nice guy. Like, he was just very down to earth. Just really nice. Yeah.
Just no, like, you don't rest on anyone's laurels or anything. Like, you just talk
normal.
to him.
He was a very normal person, normal person. But he's opened the doors for everyone. Obviously, Mons, you do acting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you'll be obviously aware of that. What else was Jamal involved? I swear he was involved with. Was he involved with a film?
I'm not sure.
Probably a lot.
Not to my knowledge, but it's just a similar. It's a similar industry in it: music, acting, directing.
Everybody knows everyone in certain circles. So.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And anyone who's in the industry, especially like solely, knows how hard it is to do what he actually done on his own and from the bottom, and to create an empire. Do you know what I mean?
And back then,
when not everyone was trying to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what this. I say this all the time. What he done, it's not celebrated enough as an education. I'm a part-time teacher and stuff, and like when I'm sitting there and I'm observing a class, or even when I'm teaching a class, like I'm looking at the syllabus of what we're encouraging some of these kids to do. And I've seen some of the kids talk about stuff like YouTube and stuff like that. And it's look like they go, oh yeah, I want to create something on YouTube. People will be like, huh? Shut up on the
no, that's
get your grades and go uni. Get your grades and go uni. It's not push. You see what he done was so outside the box. But why is it outside the box to create an empire from an idea? Do you know what I mean? Like, there are certain subjects I look at and go, boy, there at least needs to be a careers advice subject in the educational system of today when the internet is as powerful as it is. Because Jamal Edwards was one in a bit, not one in a million, one in probably nearly a billion, because no one's done what barely anyone from his, let's just say, social background has done what he's done the way he's done it. So that number needs to be more kids need to look at that and to do that and to not have it look down on.
That's what's happening now, isn't it? Obviously, there's a lot of he's opened the doors for everyone to run through. So we are shining a light on our UK music scene.
Yeah, we are, but I think the key is as well. If you like, so all of us, although right now we're not talking about football, all of us come from the football, YouTube, Twitter, social media world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think we'll all agree, saturated as shit. He started not just a football. It is. Let's be honest. It is.
It is.
Listen, COVID. Just it was slowly. People are dropping off because now COVID. Some people aren't doing it as much, but is what it is. That's just a football element, right? He went through way before any of this, so that kind of. And sometimes people will say to a coach, you will have had it, Monts, you will have had it, we've had it, Callum, you will have had people speak to you about it. They're like, oh my God, like what you're doing sick and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but we learned of someone that learned off of this guy that long ago. Like, this is the thing that do you get me? Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
it's like, when I look at my daughter's all over YouTube watching content creators, and it's huge. This is the thing. I totally get geography at school, science at school, languages. I wish I paid attention in languages, but they're the kind of things that, like, learn them very briefly, because in this day and age, actually, there's fucking content creators that are earning enough money to probably retire by the time they're 8 years old, and their parents have also retired off the shit. So, like,
that's right.
Come on.
As I said, the light shines upon it is very dim, still very dim. Even though you get bare kids doing you think bare kids are doing the YouTube thing, yeah, they are. But the second they get into education, the second school kicks in, it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah,
the teachers,
like the teachers don't say why are you doing that, but it's very much. It's hard to explain. It's not, they don't say don't do that. It's more so,
they don't encourage it.
And even that's a stretch to say they don't encourage it. I think it's worse than that. But it's not like they're saying don't do it. It's just nowhere near encouraged. And if a kid says, oh, like, I want to create something, like, this is a better way to say it. They're not taught about the power of the internet.
Okay.
And I think that's because the average age of teachers is still quite elderly. Like, we're sort of middle age and up. There's not many teachers that, like, I'm the youngest. I've worked in better schools. There's barely any teachers. Like, there's barely any my age.
Facts.
And so when it comes to, like, the internet and stuff, the kids aren't told about the power of the internet. And one of my biggest regrets as a content creator is not coming up with this idea 5 years ago, because I know myself, and I know a lot of kids as well. These kids are very smart. I got kids at my school saying, "Oh, sir, make sure you create a TikTok. You know, the algorithm's proper good. It will be good for that channel you said you run."
Okay. So, all right. So I know Kojo has to make a move, but I'm going to ask a question to each of you. Right? It's going to be a hypothetical question, right? hypothetical question. So, Kojo, I'll ask you first.
All right.
Keep it away from reality. This is hypothetical. Just say,
I hate your
imagine.
questions.
No, come on.
Bro, I get nervous when Superstars this, you know.
I need context, bro. I need bare context, bro.
So Kojo, you're a teacher, yeah? You go into a school, you're a teacher, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell your students to do YouTube or get another vocation?
Man, you said on reality because I've been a PE teacher for a while, so I can also kind of.
I was thinking this. I swear you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do coaching. I do PE teaching. Can I give a more of a reality answer here? Because I think I can deviate from that. So I went to the school in Acton, and loads of the kids are
W3.
Those kids are trying to do a YouTube thing, and I just said to them, look. I'm not your teacher because I'm your PE teacher, but I'm not one of your main teachers. You know? So
Coach Carter, I'm not your teacher.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna tell you how it is for me. I do a football podcast. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I'm not allowed to. But I do a football podcast, and I've been told by many people, don't do it. There's so many people in it. There's this, that, and the other. Do what you feel your talent is. Go for it, and
Cop out.
No, it's not a cop out.
It's not though. I feel like that's a real answer.
Because I'm telling them, look,
just being edgy. Don't worry, it's fine.
I know you can go onto YouTube right now and start something, and people will say it's the same as everybody else, but then you find an opening where you're like, sugar, no one's doing this, and then you go for it. I'm just telling them, look, if you want to go for it and do it, do it. Who's stopping you? I ain't stopping you. I ain't telling you to stop it. Go for it, because I'm doing a football podcast right now, and I'm telling you, I've been told already, Michael, why are you still doing it? Literally after the even after Wednesday on Arsenal Fan TV, I got a message on Thursday saying, yo, that was wavy, but bro, are you still doing this podcast thing? I'm like, rah.
I hear that. 100.
I hear that. So Callum, same question to you. Are you telling your students do YouTube or get a vocation, get a proper job?
Well, I wouldn't push them down either path. Like Kojo said, whatever they're passionate about, whatever they want to do, follow their dreams, innit? As cliche as that sounds, but what I will say though is the school curriculum in general is flawed. Like they teach you things to pass tests. They don't actually like. Bro, I remember when I left school and I'm thinking, I don't know nothing about credit scores. I didn't know about how to get a mortgage, how to pay my taxes. They don't teach you real life skills. Why is there not a life skills subject? But instead they'll teach you algebra that you'll never use. They'll teach you language for a couple of years that they don't even.
Language is relevant. I'll take language. Language is relevant.
Language is relevant, but they'll teach you for a couple of years just with the thing of, you have to do language. They don't even push to take it further and actually learn the language. They teach you the basics to pass the test so that you can drop it.
To get you interested or not.
The whole curriculum, in my opinion, is flawed. They don't actually
completely
educate.
Agree.
I don't think they're reviewing.
The education system flawed. 100%. The fact there's foundation and higher is the fact that it's flawed. The fact that you can cap a child at a C grade because of what they've done or what they've learned is ridiculous, especially when every child learns differently. No child learns from a textbook. Not all children learn from a textbook, and not all children learn from pictures. There's obviously certain words for it, which I can't be asked to think of these words right now, but each child learns different because I tutor. So each child learns differently. So how can you cap a child off at a foundation grade because they've got a certain grade at a certain time when they might not have been learning?
I've seen there's an idiom where someone says you can't judge a shark by its ability to climb a tree or something like that.
Literally. Like I've had children come to me and say, "Oh, sir, I'm doing foundation." I said, "Listen, what you got to do to get a C? I have to get 80% on my maths test to get a C." I said, "Do you know how much you have to get a C on higher paper?" I said, 40%.
Wow.
Did you not know that?
Nah.
It's 40% to get a C in the maths grade in the higher paper, but in the foundation paper, I've got to get 80%.
So I remember that from when I was a youth. Actually, the only reason it's triggered something in my head that it confused me when I was younger. That it was like, hold on, surely just put me in that paper, please, because it's looking a fucking lot easier.
The higher tier paper, the worst you can get is a D, right?
Yeah.
Say that again.
With a higher tier paper, if you're on the higher tier exam, the worst you can get is a D.
At that time, I don't know if it's still like that now, innit? But it was that, I believe.
Yeah, and it confused
I don't
me
know if
when
it's
I
still
was
like that
younger.
now.
Now you said it, it just triggered something.
But that I'm sorry, that as someone who teach that pisses me off, innit? It actually gets me. It pisses me off personally, because when a kid tells you they're limited because someone else told you they're limited, told them that they're limited, you're just like, what? Because you wouldn't tell a kid don't follow. You wouldn't tell a kid that they can't do something to their face, but by giving them a foundation paper, you're telling them they can't do something.
First.
I'm sorry, you just have to tell a kid to do what makes them happy in life. That's one thing I'm realizing. Even at my age right now, what I am realizing is the most important thing in life is being happy. Right.
Yeah.
So if
life's too short. Life's too short to be trying to make other people happy.
Listen, Coach, I know you need to go. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it, man.
Especially now you're a celebrity in that. So
what have I missed? I feel like I come in.
he's on AFTV this week, so he's like he's too big for man now. Still,
yeah.
I'm joking.
Pause.
And he was watching for Monday night.
It seems to be getting a pauses in all night.
And the maddest thing is,
I love
you know
it.
what?
I love it.
Sorry, Coach. I don't want to end it like this, but obviously before the barbecue, we did loads of streams together, right?
Mm.
I never knew Kojo was so small, you know. Pause. Height-wise.
That's the pause.
That's a major pause. That is a major
How are you
pause.
doing in that?
No, but thank you for joining us. It's always vibes, bruv. And you, like I always say, you're the most deserved, clean-hearted, blessed brother. Love. And one day I'll be free on a Monday at 6 o'clock.
Appreciate that, man. No, I need to get all you guys on again. So
yeah, just change the time, bruv.
What you're doing.
Callum, clear your schedule, yeah? Months, clear your schedule. Clear your schedule.
I get home. I just want to chop food first. That's why I always do it at 7. But we'll swear.
I'm there, man. Let me know. I'm there, man.
Calm. I appreciate you guys.
Blessed for coming.
Love it. If I can say one more thing. If I can say one more thing before I go, just for Jamal Edwards, he passed away sadly at 31 in 2014. He got an MBE 24-25. That's how much of an impact he made, and he did that from his own room. That's a legend right there, bro.
Mad.
Big legend.
God bless.
Nah, big up, Coach. Safe, man.
So,
do you know what? I'm so sorry. So to follow on from that question, to follow on from what Coach said, yeah. All right, I'll just be quick. So, Callum, would you accept an MBE?
I would.
Honestly, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care for it.
No, but just say for services to podcasting. We present Callum Caps with an MBA. Would you accept
honestly,
it?
I don't want nothing from that family.
Okay.
That's just me personally.
Okay.
You know what? This is the thing. If I had Callum in my ear, I probably wouldn't, to be fair. I just need that little reminder.
So you wouldn't. You wouldn't, or you
depends if Callum's in my ear or not. If not, then I'll
tell them run the jewels back.
Remuneration.
Get your chains back.
We want remuneration.
You know, it'd be mad. I'm not even going to blame the family. I'll be like, you know what? If this is from what is it? It's not the family. It's the
Crown.
No, not the Crown. You're involved in Netflix and that. They're called something. Come on, when
Saxe Coburn.
The monarchy.
The monarchy.
Nah, it's more than that. It's like the. Come on, right? When fucking was it Harry and
Meghan? Yeah.
Meghan did the thing. They kept referring to.
Oh, there was.
Not the company.
It's not the company. It's not corporation.
Yeah. The something they called it.
He kept referring to it like ultimately like it's not my nan. It's my nan is. Like ultimately, my nan no longer has a say. She's told what to do by the. I can't remember what the word was.
Is it the company?
It wasn't the company. Definitely wasn't the company. I can't remember what it was, but it's ultimately like, for me, it's what stands for deep-rooted racism. To be frank, if I'm going to put it there, it's like the whole what our company, our country stands for. That like
the firm.
No, bruv, no, it's not the firm.
There's no way it's the firm.
You could say the firm, but ultimately, the people in the background that say, no, this is the way England has to be. This is the way, and like that, like, you know what? With old people, I'll be 100. You see, with old people, yeah, like, definitely old people in this country can be, in fact, probably in every country, can be very naive and stuck in their ways. However, the one thing I would know from being a white guy with a white nan that married a mixed race girl is that, you know what, they're pretty genuine. They take things at face value in front of them. So like from my nan loved my my wife straight away. Like, and I know from my nan's era, that probably isn't normal. But with old people, they can be. So I think with the Queen, sometimes I think the Queen could have very easily taken to Meghan. But if she's got people in her ear saying this is the Queen of England, can't be seen to be moving this way, you'll find it in a minute. They kept referring to, and Harry kept referring to, that he's got a fine relationship with his nan, but I can't read, bruv. You know what my eyes are like. It wasn't the firm. I can't remember. I'll find it one day. I'll find it. Anyway, it was a word, and it's ultimately it's the people that are telling them the protocol of the company of the country of England, that you mustn't be like this, you mustn't be like that, you must be like this. Mons, you're proper like thinking.
Because he's googling to death. He's googling it.
He got something he wants to say.
Man, yeah.
No, he's not. He's thinking. I can see.
No, I'm just listening. Honestly, I'm listening. I'm. Do you know what it is? I've still got my answer for the question, for the previous question.
Oh, for real? That's sick.
I've got them both in my head.
So give the question. Answer.
For the
one that you've been storing while I've been chatting shit.
Yep. Would I tell a kid to do YouTube or to?
Oh, you're still on that one.
Oh, which question? Which question are we talking about? The MBE? That's what I said. Which question? MBE.
Well, have you got an answer for both of them?
That one or the MBE one?
Let them all off.
I've got an answer for both of them, but the MBE one's a bit shorter than the other one. But for long story short, as I said, because of what's happened, I'd probably accept the MBE only for inspiration of other younger generation wise, but it's more the story behind. But that's probably more of a sacrificial sort of thing. Like obviously everything behind it, like as Callum said, would probably be at the back of my mind. So it is a difficult one in that sense. And for the other question, I just would have said, listen, I just now try and tell any kid, I don't care what teachers say these days, because like most of them just got some ways where they just want you to pass and that. Go and turn your hobby into a career. And if you're worried about your career becoming a chore, then it was never truly your hobby to begin with. And you should have more than one hobby anyway. So if you can turn your hobby into a career, you will never have to work again in your life.
Do you know what? Sensational. So my other half, for people that are watching this, we're breaking up, it is what it is, but I will still refer to her as my other half. She on Wednesday finished her, so for the last 4 years she has been day job, personal trainer, nutritionist, with the aim that one day she would leave her day job to do what she loves, which is nutrition. And she stopped on Wednesday. Very proud of her. And now she's got that as her job. Like, and I wish I had the balls to do that, to be frank with you, to go, you know what? And I kept saying to her, you know, you need to work out the finances, work out if it's going to work. And she was just like, no, I will make it work. Like, took the jump and she'll make it work. Like, and I have so much respect for people that do that, because ultimately I would love to, like, imagine if we just spoke like this all the time or whatever, or being a footballer or whatever. But when you've been earning, when you're at a certain age and you've been earning money for this many years through doing a job you don't really like, but we're stuck in,
you got to get by.
To have the balls to make that jump. And now she's like, this is what I do every day. I'm like, you know what? And that is what I would say to any child. What you said is bang on. Like, because life is too short. If you can have a job doing what you love, but you earn less,
then as I said, you never have to work a
day. You're still winning because you're doing what you fucking love. Like,
that's bro. Honestly, I generally think, unfortunately, you are taught to pursue what you're good at, not what you enjoy. But if you really think about it, you will become good at anything you enjoy, because what you have to do to become good at it isn't seen as a chore.
And the thing is, if there's competition, so say there's two personal trainers, one that's doing it because they're good at it, one that's doing it because they love it, only one of them is going to end up winning.
There you go.
Because only one of them is going to put the shift in because they love it. Like, how can you compete with someone that loves what they're doing? You can't compete with that because they love what they're doing and you don't. So when you finish, because you're like, fuck this, they're like, nah, I'm going to keep going. So it's interesting to have a teacher that's willing to speak the way you have as well.
Yeah, that's probably a lot what I try and do as well. So I don't know, try to pass that message on. Obviously, you got to be careful, obviously, because as I said, other teachers don't really like it when you give actual real life advice to children. But as I said, children are growing up, and within an instant they're going to be finishing school. You know what I mean?
And also very clever as well.
Yeah,
by the way.
listen, kids are clever. Kids are clever and stuff like that. And I think what we should all just obviously, I think, understand is that parents can tell them that, but listen, teachers have a massive impact on it's mad. I know, obviously, we know, yeah, teachers have an impact on kids, but when you actually break it down, some kids never forget what teachers say to them. Like, you know, some obviously not every kid is taught to, you know, be the biggest, you know, have the crazy mindset to defy everything that's ever been said to them. Some kids, if you tell them something, they're gonna believe it. Honestly, they're gonna believe it.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And as I said, you gotta be responsible. You gotta be very careful and responsible. And as I said, let them. I think if you can inspire someone of a younger generation, that's like one of the best feelings in the world, personally, because you never know what they can be. You see Jamal Edwards, there's probably someone in his life that told him he could do what he could do. I'm not saying there is, but there could have been.
Yeah,
there could have been. You know what I mean? There's Ian Wright. I don't know if you guys saw when Ian Wright met a teacher.
Oh,
do you remember when he met the teacher?
He thought he died.
Yeah, he thought he died, but he said that was the first positive male figure in his life. And when he saw that guy, he turned into a kid again. When you're looking at Ian Wright, he turned into a kid again.
Yeah. 100% agree with that. You can. When you come across the first person that plays the first male, I think there's a guy, when you come across the first male that plays a certain type of role in your life, you can very, very easily become younger, a child again. Like, I agree with that 100%. I'm going to switch up the vibe completely now, just before we end the show. You know what? Today, Callum, I had a new type of trim today, you know.
Yeah.
So,
are you back on the fibers?
So rest in peace to Fabs, obviously. Since Fabs passed away, I have been slipping with trims.
Happy birthday, Fabs, on the 13th as well.
Yeah. Slipping with trims, like moving between paying mad money for the most basic ass trims, yeah, because I just don't know. But before COVID, man could get a trim like with the next day. You have to book like 2 weeks before and that. So I needed a trim because it's my brother's birthday tomorrow, and I couldn't get any. And then someone at work goes, "Oh, the Turkish barber." Have you ever been to a Turkish barber?
Once I have.
Yeah, you know what?
It was an interesting experience.
You're saying once. You're saying once as well.
It's Callum summed it up. Interesting.
Very interesting.
So like,
Callum, you go. Go on.
You know what? Yeah.
You got the ear waxing.
No, I didn't do all the extra stuff. But I'll be real. Yeah, they gave me a very crispy fade, but the shape up was horrible.
Awful. Absolute bluff. Early, right. So the price, the price was good, right? Price was good.
How much was it?
£32. In today's market, £32 is not too bad.
Next time I'm in Bedford, I got you, bro. I got you.
Huh?
Next time I'm in Bedford, I got you. For the first lockdown, I learned how to cut hair. Like,
Bruv, basic trim's £45 and shit.
I'm not even joking, bro. Like, I'm an unqualified good barber.
Wait, Steve, you hear that?
Bro, listen, look at me.
I mean,
Yeah,
man's
bruv,
looking that
hold
great
on.
right now,
But when? I lie. Prices are mental.
Yeah, this is 3 weeks. This is 3 weeks old. This is 3 weeks old.
Your trim's last, you know. I remember this from the
Yeah, they do.
old
His
Student
trim's
Fighter
last.
His trim's
I'm not built like
last.
that. I'm not gonna lie. So the price was all right. £32 compared to 45 for one that lasts like 3 days is.
What, man are getting
Sugar.
£45?
You know what? The worst thing is we can
45
actually
What's,
hold
what's,
it, but
what's
we're
coming
being
with that
stubborn.
haircut?
Huh?
Can you fly? Can a haircut make you fly?
£45 trim steps.
Bruv,
45.
real talk, bruv.
45.
Like
45
What,
buffers.
are you getting food with that as well? Like,
That's one person. You're going several.
Bruv,
Are you
this is
getting the hot towel? You getting the
mad,
towel
bruv.
and
It's
everything?
fucking mad. Listen, right. So we had this most certy barber, yeah, Sugar, hold tight, Sugar. He, after COVID, stopped and did his own thing. And he was the first one calling mad prices. And we're like, fuck that, Sugar. I'm not being funny, bruv, but you're man them. And you're. So we moved away. And I think it's a bit of a stubborn thing that we don't want to go back and say, actually, Sugar, come and trim, man, because your prices aren't that bad. And you are so much levels above everyone else. His trim's last, yeah. Before I went Napa one year, he shaped me up with because I was like, Sugar, you need to open on a Sunday. I need a trim before I go Napa. He opened. He shaped me up. Pause.
I'm joking.
He shaped me up with
anyway.
the blades off of a Gillette because he had no fucking cutthroats left. So he was like,
why is he charging 50?
No, he didn't then, bruv. That was like 4 years ago.
I'm joking.
But because of stubbornness and probably because we were like, you know what, you're charging a bit much. Now we realised he weren't. Then we moved to Fabs. Fabs sensational. Did man pause differently? Fuck's sake. And then
Fabs would love that as well.
Yeah, you know, we were gonna. Fabs was gonna start doing podcasts with us and everything. He was
Trim Talk was
he
gonna come, man.
he blessed me up differently. But rest in peace, Fabs. And then after that, it was kind of the one where me and Soup for ages were like, we're just raggo doing it ourselves, whatever, because we don't want to go to no other barber. Then it got to a point where you need to find one, and it's like 3-week waiting lists and shit like that, bruv, that's what I'm saying. It's mental.
You not got it.
you got it hard, man. You got it hard.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Hold on, Soups. I work, bruv. Like, I can't just rock up.
3-week waiting list for a trim.
3-week waiting list. There's times where Gally are telling me there's motive on this weekend and it's the day before, and I've got
saying,
I was online trying to find someone this morning. Long. You're getting like the junior barber if you want a trim. Within the next 3 days, you are getting the junior. Yeah.
I mean, I can say this. Obviously, when I first. The only time, obviously, like I think it's different with certain barbers. So the barber I have right now, he's half Greek. He's like half Greek, like half Arab. But obviously, he cuts. He's my boy. He's my guy, and he
Arabs
cuts,
will do you fucking line up nice.
And he cuts like black people, like as in like his barber, his audience is black people, innit? Obviously, you see me when he started cutting hair, I kept my distance, innit? Personally, I kept my distance.
I hear it.
You know what I'm saying? Look, and that's not to disrespect his thing, because I'm a voucher. My man right now, he's harder than enough black barbers out there, and I'm gonna say from now. But I had to let him perfect his craft. You gotta go perfect your craft before you touch my headpiece, doggy. You know what I'm saying? I had to be very, very serious with that. So again, and I had the same barber for 11 years, and obviously he moved.
Your blood clot barber.
He moved, like. And now I was having to travel like over an hour to go get a trim.
That's mad.
And see, again, part of the criteria is accessibility. I'm sorry. Yes, the trim
convenience is a big thing for trims.
Yeah, accessibility and timing. And obviously, he was already one of them man where I've sat in the barbers and waited 2 hours plus. I'm not traveling for an hour. I'm waiting 2 hours plus to get a fade.
Because months, all of a sudden on a Friday morning. Yo, Monts, what are you doing tonight?
Bro, word. Oh, bro, I'm not even trimmed. What, you can't get something done tomorrow or nothing? Well.
So when man are saying 2-week waiting list, you're like, no, I want to go out tonight, bruv.
This is what I'm saying. So what happened again? And then unfortunately, I didn't really break in the news. I kind of just, sometimes you just stop. Unfortunately, obviously, 11 years of service. I feel like I've done my job, but it's one of them ones where I gave it a try. I let my boy trim me, and I was like, "You're fucking hard." But I let him trim my guy first. I let him trim my guy first. But then when he trimmed me,
I was waiting on the pause.
Yeah, and I sorry.
I was like,
sorry. Pause in it. Pause. And he trimmed my boy, and then he trimmed me. And obviously, like I deeped it. I was like, no. Do you know what? It might not be a fluke. You know, when the first time you think this might be a fluke, came back again, and then now that's my barber now, isn't it? Like, and
but I can't find one. I'll be honest. So today,
I've got one.
my bedroom. Yeah, well, but are they 30?
Yeah.
And are they quick?
Yeah.
Where are they? It's all right. You can say it, bruv. Who?
Go on, promote them.
All right. So, Damiano here, bro. Obviously, you went there before you had.
I had a bad experience there.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, he went and had a bad experience, but he went with the.
I had the wrong guy. I only heard afterwards.
Oh, yeah, remember, right? You have to have the right barber in the shop. Like,
you know, there's one man that's always free. The chair's always free. And you think, it's convenient. Like, there's a reason it's always free.
Because Daps had to go or he had to rush. He went like he had that guy.
You know what made it worse is he spoke a whole heap of shit, basically bad minding every other barber in Bedford and the shit that they do, but did what they do. And it was like even to the point where I think I had a haircut 36 hours before I went on holiday. By the time I went on holiday, my fade was gone. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm not gonna
like,
lie.
So for me, I was like, to be fair, when I booked it, the main barber there that apparently is a bad boy said, this guy will look after you, but then next time come to me. But I was like, fuck you. You put me with that dickhead. Therefore, I don't want to give you no time of day now because you put me with that dickhead.
Yeah, now obviously he just tried it. He basically just tries to palm you off with the other guy.
But anyway, real quick. So the Turkish thing, real quick. So you go in there, right? And they're like 7 barbers in the shop. So maximum wait time. They don't take reservations. Maximum wait time 20 minutes, right? You get in the chair. Skin fade. High skin fade, please. I have never known a skin fade be done so fucking quickly. I'll be honest.
Is that a good sign?
It probably won't look all that, right? It was done so fucking quickly. Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Then it was only this evening. And the worst thing is when I have to tell barbers, by the way, also, can you please line up the front? Why am I having to tell you that? Can you use a cutthroat, please? These type of things, yeah. But then he pulls out this, like, do you want your eyebrows done? Well, I don't usually get my eyebrows done, but I'm like, all right. Like, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I was going to say, you definitely said yeah.
Especially when they're longer than my hair. I'm like, well, fucking, you better do them then. So had them done, right? Then they're like, pull out this thing.
Candle thing. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bruv, it's still, I thought they put it out and just quick. Bruv, it's still on fire. And they're like, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't know about all of
Why are you poking me with fire, bruv? But the worst thing is, they do that. Then they still get out an actual razor and use the razor. I'm like, was that just vibes? Like, you just licked me with flames to use a hair trimming tool. What was the flames about? I don't really know. Then next minute, out of nowhere, this towel is wrapped around my face.
Yeah, no, the towel's decent. If you got the low ting, the
towel's right. But
you know what? Did you get massage?
Yeah, that was weird as well.
I don't get face massage. Just wanted a trim.
But the other thing that confused me is, so he put actual shaving foam on, right? Put it on for like maybe a minute. But the key for me with a barber is how comfortable they are with the blade. Yeah.
Comfortable.
There's only 2 people, Sugar and Fabs, right? Everyone else, they're fairy with it. They're like, why are you using a blade? Because you're not using a blade. You're just like tickling my face with it. Whereas Sugar will be like, he is so confident with the blade. It's like, vroom. And when he stops, you feel he stops, but he still stops in a point where you're not cut. But he's putting it enough that blade is getting the shit out your fucking face, right?
It's a 45-degree angle, isn't it? Pull the skin down 45-degree angle.
Bruv, just do it. He's just confident with it that he knows. Whereas these, man, they put the shaving foam on. I swear to God, they used the back of the blade and it was just like that. Like, just scrape it off. I'm like,
I can't relate to this people. I'm not part of this beard
It's
conversation.
Turkish. I'm just telling you what I am going through. I am on a quest to
I'm not
find a
nodding
new
to
barber.
it.
Today was, it's quick. I wanted one. I'm only going to Leicester for fuck's sake. It's not that deep, so it's cool, right? But people, well, if you've got a barber for me, but these man with these man that use blades just for the sake of it.
I've got 2 for you.
But if you're telling me, I bet you I still have to book a week in advance.
Bro, I say I can't wait. I don't know. Soups and Daps. I just DM'd you in it. The thing's still loaded for some reason. That's the trim. That's the trim my barber's giving. That barber. That's the trim. That's the trim. If you check your Twitter DMs now, that's the trim he gave me, innit? Yeah.
You know what? The badge, so hold tight, sugar. On my wedding day.
All right.
That's the trim man's giving. No, wait. Better angles though. My head's looking bare peanut eating that. Read the trim.
I mean, other nuts are available, but
no, that's lit though.
That's the first trim he ran me. Yeah.
Send us the second one.
Huh?
Send us the second one.
I don't know if I took this picture of the second one. I'll be honest.
See the first
sugar
one
on my wedding day. Gave
That's
with a cup.
I've seen, but out of the trip, that to me,
Of course. I bet you.
I just need to holler sugar, to be fair, and just bite my say, you know what, sugar, come back, I'll pay you.
I was gonna say he's cut like Mikel Antonio in these man, because when he said that didn't impress me. Do you know why that didn't impress me?
That's Mikel Antonio.
Because Mikel Antonio's trim is knackered. That's why
That's terrible. I was thinking,
exactly. That didn't impress me. So I told you I was mad scared, but bro, do you know what it is? As I said, it's like as Callum said, if someone called like bro the 3-week wait thing, all of the book you in and all that stuff, them man, like I gotta allow that because one time one of my boys plays for Chelsea, innit? And he's called me saying, Monts, you ongoing libs, but we're going in 3 days. You think I'm gonna go libs with my headpiece looking like this?
That's what I'm saying, bruv.
You think I'm gonna, brother?
That trim though.
Huh?
How much was this trim?
This trim, 15.
£15.
That's a regular price for a trim.
No, hold on. Pause. The one thing I need to ask you, right?
Well, he's not rated. He's not rated.
£15 not regular.
What you said earlier when you were talking about?
Sorry, Steve says you're not rated.
Oh, no, I'm saying £15 is not.
Oh,
that's mad.
I ain't never paid more than that for a trim.
I rate it.
Go on, that.
So, what you said earlier, yeah, about your boy and how you were like let other people. I can't remember what show it was, but I was watching something on YouTube one time, yeah, and basically they'd set up this barbershop and they'd put a white boy in there, right? And then when people came in and were like, "I want a trim," they were going, "Yeah, this guy's free," and pointing at the white boy. It was in Harlem or something, yeah, and everyone was like, "I'll wait for the next guy," yeah. And then they said to this old guy that was getting his hair, like this 60-year-old black man in there that was getting his hair cut. They were like, "What do you think about that?" It was like, "That's shit. That's shit." And they go, "Would you get your hair cut with him?" And he goes, "No. However, there is a reason. I've been getting my hair cut with this guy for 35 years, right? I know the difference, and this is the key to me. The difference between this trim and that trim is about a week and a half. And that is the way I feel right now. Like, I know with sugar, we know with sugar would be 10 days.
Yeah.
2 weeks maybe, but 10 days calmly before you need your next trim. And that was because with the blade, he was exceptional, right?
Yeah, lasting time. It has longevity. The trims have like certain men have trims that last you 3 days, but other
it's
man,
the way they use the blade. Like if they are sharp with the blade and really trust their hands, yeah, they will get that hair out.
So once, be honest,
Yeah.
Be honest. Any spray? Or
enhancement, man.
Pardon? Did you what?
Is that
Nah,
any enhancement? No enhancement or nothing?
Enhancement? As in like you're talking about to make it look as in the are you talking about the black stuff to do all of that?
Yes, he is.
No, this is what
never putting that on my head. Never.
Callum, shut up.
Wait, so Steve,
only when it's going back.
So
when the corners are going, then you can enhance me up. But until then,
wait, Soups, you must be rating it if you thought there was enhancements there.
No, I'm asking. I'm just asking.
I know what he's up to.
I know what he's up to as well. I know what he's up to.
You know what he's up to.
I promise you, there was none of that because I can't lie. I've had that before, and then the next day, the things all mash up. Because obviously, you know when you wash your hair after, you know when you wash your hair.
Brother,
And the
right.
pillow, the pillow.
One minute your beard's
It's
full.
cool. It's cool. You know, it's
And then
cool.
it's
It's
all
cool.
wappy.
It's cool. I'm gonna get
It's
this
all
brother back.
wappy.
soon, right?
Don't have that. Don't have that.
No, I'll get it back. It is what it is. That is relevant.
No,
But, like,
fuck off. What do you mean?
it's cool, bruv. It's cool. I remember. Elephants never forget. But
What do you mean?
But this is the thing that basically that was whole type fab. So I never got that done to my hair. Yeah.
I can't believe you're even going there.
Yes, you do.
What,
But don't
even
try
that?
it. It's
It
cool.
wasn't even that. I
Bruv,
just
it's
asked-
fine. It's fine. I'll get you back.
No, see, that was
Right.
crafty. Man. It was
So
crafty.
the first time I went, I think the first time I got my hair cut by Fabs. Fabs is Italian, right? And he was like, he said to me, "Have you ever got your hair?" I'm like, "No." He was like, next time. Now the next time I went happened to be when Jay came and met me, right? And Jay's walked in there. And this guy starts doing it. And Jay's like, "What the fuck you get?" I'm like, "I've never had it done." He's like, "Yeah, fucking right. What? The first time I'm here and I'm seeing this." I'm like, the first time he did the straighting, the second time he did a more permanent thing. He did it really well, right? The first time he did it with way too dark. And I looked like fucking, I wanted to be Drake, to be frank with you. Right? But then the second time, he even said himself, "I've gone too dark, bruv." So the second time is better. Now, this is the issue with the Don that he's trying to put me up with's worker, right? I went there and he spent the whole time saying how certain people use the straighting to basically make their shape up look better. Yeah. Because it's very easy if you've got a fucking pen to make a shape up look crisp. Yeah. If you've got a pen and ruler, yeah, man can get it straight. And he spent the whole time in my ear telling me how other people do it like that. And then fucking did it to me, bruv. Where literally I left there thinking, this looks all right. Next morning, woke up. No, it doesn't. Because it washed up.
It's not it. Bro, it's not it.
F you lot, yeah. Like I said, I wasn't. Like,
Yes, you were, bruv. It's cool. Yeah, I'm the only one of us lot that's had it done, bro. So
No, I've had it done. But no, I'm saying I've had it. I'm saying I've had it done.
No.
What have you had it done?
No, that's what I'm saying. I literally, I wasn't even talking about you. That's the thing.
Oh, have you had it done as well?
Listen, I wasn't.
Right.
Listen.
No, I said I had it done, and when I woke up the next morning,
Your pillow was black.
Pillow was all mad.
Yeah.
When I come out the
Look at this. Look at this.
oh, the beard.
My brethren done it and he was looking like French Montana, bro. I said,
And now, look now.
First time Callum actually met me face to face.
Look. See the little gaps there?
Is that because of the?
did you get the little brush one? The little brush with the three.
So that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about anyone else.
Nah, he's trying to get out of the fact that I'm
No,
going
they
to
do that. They do it.
Soup.
No, Soup. They do it They do it here as well. Callum, I like they do it here.
Yeah, on the corner. But I can't lie. It makes the corners pop though. It does make the corners pop.
Yeah, pop like until you wash your hair. And then
Yeah, that's why I don't want it. That's why I don't want it. Cause man's going home and then I realised that the lineup's not even sharp. It just looked sharp when I was in the chair.
He's proper defending himself. He's worried now.
No, because I don't want no one else.
No, but
I'm trying to find a picture of.
I learned how to cut my own hair, and I'll never look back. Like I ain't never got to go barbers again. It's the best skill.
But I just go back to my original white roots sometimes and just grab my thing and zero. Grab it.
I reckon it was suit you. It was suit you. So
I think I said it, bro. Callum, I don't know. I sent it to you. But I don't know if it's coming through, bro.
yeah, it just come through now.
Yeah, my answer was
trying to
moving
find
funny,
it.
but yeah.
Yeah, sharp.
But and that's from my man. That's my guy, innit? That's like, well, I didn't trust him at first, but like,
Hey, wait.
We're trying to verify the bid.
Hey, is this Hampton Square?
huh?
Is this in Hampton Square?
No, Southgate, North London. Khalifa
Put it up. Go on, put it up. Show us what gone.
Whereabouts in Southgate? On the high road?
I'll tell you now. Actually, let me get out now because I know.
It is fucking hell. Here we go.
Ain't this the barbershop with a pool table?
Yeah. Khalifa Barber, Southgate.
Months.
Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me see. Can I see this? I want to see the sides.
Do you want to, wait, this one,
No,
my
hold
beard,
on. Look
this
at-
one,
just
this,
look
this
at-
one
look
beard
at-
was like
look
before.
how-
Yeah.
Too straight.
Yeah, I
You know,
know
it's
this
something
barbershop.
too
It's in
straight.
Hampton Square.
That's
Hamden Square?
Hamden Square, yeah.
Look, Daps, look. That's my beard was like before.
Yeah, bruv, this guy couldn't grow a beard and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, I'm like, hold on.
Oh my God, who's that?
Who's that in the background, to be fair?
Does that mean I have a chance to get a beard? Does that mean I have a chance?
Oh my God, who's that?
In the background. Who is that in the background?
So what, have you been there?
No, bro, it's local. It's literally down the road from him.
Wait, who's that? Oh my God.
Are you talking about the chick now? Because I'm looking past something.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm from originally I'm from North, innit? So that's my side. Yeah, so
yeah, that's local. They used to be.
What? Sorry, are we talking about the beard or the chick?
Say that again.
They used to be.
We
called
talking about
they
the
had
beard
another
or the
name. I
chick?
can't remember what it was. So they must have had new owners or something.
No, well, he was cutting in Central, innit, at one point, and then they moved there. So I don't know if that was what it was. I don't know, innit.
Yeah, I've been outside bare times. It looks so nice in there. I'm seeing a little pool table and that.
Bro, it's decent in there. What I would say though, another thing about trims, certain man can cut certain trims better. So there's certain barbers.
That one. Look how dark the
Wait,
beard.
yeah, these.
That's a French Montana.
Say nothing. Don't worry about that. No, there's certain barbers. Yeah, I remember there was one time I had 2 barbers. Yeah, and I had one for when I had the low trim.
You cheat on your blood clot barber.
And I had a barber who could do the high top trim because my barber that could do the low trim hard. But whenever I told him to do the little Afro fade thing, and one time he had me looking like Will Smith from the old
like you're wearing a hat.
Like he's doing the high top like this. When I'm telling him, no, out a little bit with a low fade, and he couldn't do it.
He made you look like you're wearing a shalom thing.
Bro, he had me looking like I was straight out of 1987.
I'll be 100. Try being like.
One
time I went to this African barber, yeah. The way he disrespected the fact I'm white.
Oh my God! What did he do? Was he grabbing at your? Was he grabbing at your head? Because sometimes the Jamaican barbers say, "Oh yeah, it's still." It's mad.
You know what? I'm actually the best thing actually is the conversations in some. So Sugar was mad respectful, right?
Conversations in the barbers.
We could do a whole show on conversations. Hold tight, Mice. Hold tight, Mice, who guarantees that wherever in the UK he is, there is a strap within 25 meters. Wherever it is, within 25 meters. It's there, parked up.
The funniest thing for me, so you lot, I don't know what all of your heritage is, yeah, but my family's from Grenada, so I'd sit in a like Jamaican's barber chair, yeah, and they just be talking like the wickedest grease. They'd be like, "One," and I'll be like, just like laughing. Like, no, but how many?
Bruv, that's Sugar to me.
People like, how many?
But bruv,
bro,
I didn't
even understand what you said.
Why Sugar thinking I'm ever going to understand a word he's going to say when he's talking in patois at fucking 5 and then like look at me like, oh, you're not listening to me. I'm thinking, bruv, I'm listening harder than I've ever listened to anything in my life.
Imagine that you're waiting for a haircut. You're like,
just got said. Like, the barbershop. The barbershop is the vibe, and I think we spoke on this before when COVID hit. How much man missed just going to the barbershop just to catch up. Like, you know what? There's people actually like, hold tight Ro. Hold tight Ty. Yeah. Before all this, all I knew of Ty is he was my brethren's little brother, right? And he'd be in the barbershop sometimes. Like he'd be bare nice and his missus would be rushing him to get home and pick her up or something, right? Ro was just that guy that was the United fan that was getting more and more disappointed by the week. James Allison, Thiago's father, was just the guy that was stubborn, claiming that fucking Jordan Ibe was the next fucking Raheem Sterling, right? And all these men now we actually do podcasts with, where before we just saw them in the barbershop. Whereas now it's like we just do the same talk, but on podcasts.
You also, you meet people in the barber, like there's like in my remember the barber I went to 11 years. There was a guy in that barbershop who I could actually say I've known this guy 4 years.
You don't know his name?
No. Well, I know his name now, but at the time we didn't know each other's
I
name.
didn't know my barber's name for like 7 years.
But do you know what's so mad?
It was my guy. But I didn't know his name.
Yeah,
but you know what's scary? Do you know what's scary about some of these men? Like, obviously, as I said, 4 years down the line, one of his bedrooms have come in, but I know him as well, and he's like, like I didn't know you knew my man, and I was like, yeah, no, obviously just a barber thing, innit? He's like, what? So you don't know what he does? And I'm like, well, I don't know. You don't really ask man what they do. Do you know what I mean? So he's like, brother's a millionaire. I said, what? So he's a multi-millionaire.
Goddamn.
Bro, I'm telling him I'm never paying for a trim again. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Goddamn.
Pardon me? He's a football agent. He's Anthony Joshua's cousin. I said, what did you just say? I said, what? Bro, like, me and this guy ban our 20, we ban our G. We ban our, like, it's, when I see him, it's like, yo, he telling me, like, Donny's a million.
Bruv,
you know what,
honestly,
I think that's the best thing about people, though. Do you know what I mean? I think, like, the fact that you don't need to know a man's financial situations. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm getting at? Like,
I found out in my bar. I found out sitting in the chair getting a trim that certain man in the ends had tried to tell my now barber that I was an eat.
You was what?
I was an eat. An eat. Eat as in
easy, like you can
a robbery.
You can rob man.
Oh, okay. He's a lick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The Bedford lingo was different.
You know what? Back in the day, when you
he said a lick. If he said,
it's a lick. Yeah, it's a lick.
It's a lick. Yeah, it's a lick.
You know what? This guy is an eat. And I was like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, but yeah, you hear in there, and I could always tell because he'd start going, like his voice would lower and he'd start mumbling to the point where I'm like, what, bruv? And he'd be talking about something that he doesn't want the rest of the shop to hear. But it's like, bruv, they're hearing, innit? Like this room has no acoustics whatsoever. The whole thing is, the barbershop's is a mad one. And I did get trimmed in here a few times, but it was cheap. I thought it was expensive. It was cheap.
The mad that people.
It's the one thing. House prices in London are mad, but we pay more for fucking trims. Yeah, work that out.
But you might be showing pictures of good trims, yeah? You ain't never had your hairline pushed back like this. This was even after it slightly.
What is it, Mane?
No, this is me, bro. Look at the corner. Look at this corner. Look at the corner, bro.
Is that you?
Also, goddamn.
We saying you had the waves thing going on. You had the waves.
It's a long time ago. Look at the corner. Look at the corner.
Oh, look.
Wait, why the corner past your eyebrows like that?
The corner was mad.
Callum, can you push it up again? I want to see the corners again.
You know what?
Yeah. I need to close a little bit closer.
Man.
You know what? The mad thing is, I'm not going to say
the waves are sick.
Yeah, waves are
the corners. He violated.
Yeah, he took the block.
So before we end, two things. Firstly, if you're going to get a transplant, yeah, I'm not saying names. If you're going to get a transplant, get it a little lower.
Didn't Terry got the transplant though, innit?
Did he?
Who?
Terry got the block, bro. Terry's got his thing done.
You know what?
Terry from the terrace.
Are you sure?
I respect any man that's open with their transplant.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah, bruv. Listen, I'll be 100. I never got the spray thing until under a year ago. The day I got it done, the way I felt, yeah, I respect any man that, because I felt like fucking right now, yeah. Have you seen that Drake impersonator that's like in America and he's rolling up?
My man in the club.
I thought like I could go and do that. Like I was literally like, you know what? Put Kim in, put Christine at my two, Christina Milian, put Lauren London in front of me. I'll have both of them.
I thought you were thinking Lauren Hill.
Light. I would take Christina and Lauren and pick between them, right? That's how I felt. So anyone that gets it done, I respect it. It's fine, man. Look, women be wearing makeup.
Yeah,
women be wearing makeup since they were 13 or something.
Why can man them not get a transplant? Or even a little toupee joint. You know what they should.
I don't know about the toupee. That's a bit mad.
You know what? No, if man don't want to get that,
too risky, bruv. That it could drop
so
off.
So would I. But if man don't want to get that, more power to them.
Why don't you go to the pool party?
I said the wind blows, the tops come off.
But that was the first thing. What was the second thing I was going to say?
It's all just swaying in the wind.
I can't remember what the second thing I was going to say now. Could have been Putin's a pussyhole, to be fair.
So he should wear a toupee, is that what you said?
I don't know. Fuck Putin, innit?
Okay, brilliant.
Fuck Putin. But I want to wait for Monts to come back before we say. Well, Monts is sending me pictures. Oh yeah, Monts, that trim is quite nice still. Monts, you look like 13 in that picture.
No, the trim's cold.
That didn't happen now. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. He's also saying, yeah, you got to bounce.
Yeah, Monts, if you need to bounce, brother. But come and give your socials before you bounce.
Yeah. We say we carry on for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we'll speak to Callum real quick and then we'll bounce. But I want to see Monts come back and
I want to know what Callum was saying about Kanye's.
Have you got pictures?
I can put them up.
Real quick. So, all right, while Monts is there, Monts, are you coming?
Yes, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, cool. Right, so let's just speak on it real quick. I didn't know until today, to be fair. And then someone posted a picture of Kanye with his new girlfriend.
Have you seen it?
I thought it was Kim.
I have, yeah.
You
know
put
what
one
it is,
up
yeah?
where I got she looked younger than Kim, and she looked slightly more mixed race than Kim. To be fair,
Bro, I'll be real. In London alone, there's at least 300,000 women that look like Kim.
no, bro, I get it, but this is like I can't tell the difference. I'm like,
bro, that's me, and that they all like. You see these Instagram influencers? They have the same face. They got the same lip filler, the same rhinoplasty, whatever the nose surgery is called.
you know a lot, rhinoplast. Is that
Bro, Instagram influencers, isn't it?
those things?
Yeah, bro.
There's a lot of them local. But
the maddest thing is
they're trying to have the same face.
The maddest thing is, then you put one picture in the group soups where she looked a bit more, I want to say, natural, and she looked like a peng beautiful natural mixed race girl. And I was like, why are you trying to look like Kim? Because if that is what you actually look like, do that in it. Don't do the trying to look like Kim vibe.
Oh, like this. Like this.
The angle won't do it. But look, I just said my perfect. So Christina Milian and Lauren London. So if you kind of go with that, you'll know what I'm looking for. So when, but I honestly to this day,
whoa, that's risky.
Yeah,
that's
you've got
risky.
a computer in front of you with Google that you could get all those pictures on. I think he's just a bit waved, to be fair.
So waved.
You do. You're just waved.
So share.
Screen suits. Put them on the screen next to you, and then just do share screen.
So, okay, that's what
Don't try and deep it too much. It's like 12:30 in the morning.
I would say yeah. So basically, I would say fuck my screen. Basically, that's what I like. Do I need to fuck my screen?
Pause.
Do I need to fuck my screen? Pause.
But while Monts is away and while Soups does that, Callum, Big Sits, decent channel, innit?
No, great channel.
Vibes are good.
I've been on there a couple of times, and
have you?
It's just toxic football banter. I know that's their catchphrase, isn't it?
When I went on Sam's with him, and he was saying toxic, I was like, get me on.
But it is like I've done a couple North London derby combined 11s, and it'll be like 4 Spurs fans, 4 Arsenal fans, and
well,
you see me. I'm composed in football debates. Never on that channel. I always end up losing my head a little bit.
I do it. You know what? Today I lose my head a lot, to be fair. But yesterday I sat and watched the Arsenal game. The minute it finished, I jumped on Big Six and Arsenal Tottenham in the mix. The funny thing is that I was bantering with them, but then the guy next to me, did you see? There was a guy next to me and he was very quiet, right? And I was like, hold on. Soups, pull it back a second. Pull it back a second.
I saw you stick it on the Arsenal fan. I was loving that still. I was loving it.
You can do it that way. You just do share screen. You do.
Because share screen, that's this.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
you make
that's-
one of them bigger, so it takes
Yeah,
up the whole
sorry
thing.
about that.
But yeah, so there's one. Yeah, but Soups is 12:30 in the morning. You can try and be techie, or you can do it. So there's one guy next to me, Mo. Hold tight, Mo. Jack of all spaces.
Oh yeah, big up Mo. Yeah,
And the
yeah,
minute
big
he
up.
came in, he was silent and he was just sat there, right? No facial expressions. And I'm bantering with Mo, the Arsenal, the Tottenham fan, but sorry, Monts, the
Big
Arsenal.
up
the
Ethan
Tottenham
every
fan.
time.
But Mo is
Yeah,
just
I've
sat
got
there
beef.
like this. And I'm thinking, this guy, yeah. What the fuck? I'm busting joke, no laugh, no nothing, face not
Most
moving. I'm
tight is.
thinking, this is an op. This is an op. I can tell this is a fucking op, right? The way he's not. I'm out of aggressive daps. I'm trying to bust joke, make friends. Yeah, this guy don't want to make friends. To the point where I have to say, hold on, what's this op next to me about? Right? It wasn't until after the show I realised me and him had actually had a disagreement on the spaces before.
The way he took it to heart.
No, not at all. He's bare blessed. And afterwards, when we spoke, but I was a prick on the spaces. Got not to him, to be fair, but he was kind of involved. But I didn't realise till after the show when I was looking at his name, I was like, Mo, oh. But he was like, it's all love, bruv. He's just, I can tell.
For you, it was Tuesday.
Amen to that. Because I had to that was when Shocks pulled me up. I avoid spaces because I find them, Callum, you know when you go on somewhere, yeah, and
Big up Ravi.
what winds me up is little pricks that won't say shit to my face on a space will talk a whole heap.
I feel like a lot of football YouTubers like that though.
Yes, that's why I love going to the terrace because that's face to face. Like,
You know,
Callum,
if someone hops in the stream with no context, they're thinking, what are these man doing?
Yeah,
Usually
Callum,
on this channel, there'll be like a formation there,
yeah,
there'll
she
be a
don't look
line
great
up.
there. Callum, after this, if you get time, watch Chew the Fat from last Friday with me and Zayn. We addressed
I tuned in towards the end. Yeah, I saw it still. It
because
was a good
ultimately we've met each other face to face and he knows what it is. So when it's a certain way, it's like, bro, you've seen me face to face. When it's got a bit, so
he's an interesting character still.
He's blessed. He's cool, but he just anyway. That's what I find on spaces sometimes. And what happened in this one space is it was a Trent debate, and I was trying to be.
It's
You know
always
when
the right
people
back,
just
isn't it?
act
It's
like
always the right
people
back debate.
dislike a player and they don't, and that's how I was trying to, and they were taking me the wrong way, and I ended up getting riled, and then I think I got kicked out, but could still hear, man, and heard someone say, "Who is that little virgin?" Yeah, and I was gone, like gone, because I'd already gone in there. To be fair,
Yeah,
but
you
when I
couldn't even
heard that.
retaliate.
They weren't saying that when I was in there. The minute I got someone said it, and I was messaging everyone saying, "Who the fuck is this brother?" Like, yeah. Anyway, but it was me ultimately because this is not real world. This is fake.
Yeah,
so
facts.
right. So Soups, Monts, while you were gone, we were talking about Kim Kardashian, Kanye. And Kanye's new girlfriend,
New darling, yeah.
that looks in some pictures very similar to Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm. Just one of them galley where they'll smile and their face won't move, pretty much.
But we were kind of discussing how in some pictures she looks like Kim, but then I got shown one picture where she looked a bit more natural and actually looks better.
But that's unfortunately. Like I think if you've been 101 libs, you see a lot of that. Like
Marbella, any time.
Yeah, you'll see a lot. Like if anywhere where the influence,
Liverpool.
Like as I said, do you know what? When one day, just to go get a table at Libs, and you'll see. Callum, I'm sure if you've been to one of these clubs, one of them clubs in London, you'll see a lot of that in it. Like, no, and I'm not gonna say every girl looks like that. Of course not.
And to be fair, to be clear,
But-
we've just spent probably about 45 minutes talking about sprayed trims. So
Yeah. I mean, listen, but like personally, I'm not. Do you know what it is? I'm not even against it. Do you know what it is? If it suits
no, I'm not
you,
against it.
it suits
I'm not
you.
against it.
If you feel your face was broke up before that and it needed fixing, then fine. If you think do you know what I'm saying? Anyone, you don't know no one but like yourself. So more time.
Is that her?
This is the way you fucking do it.
Is that? Hold on. Are you just
Hello,
putting any
darling,
girl
bro.
up? Or is that the one that looked like Kim?
Is that her?
You're doing a bad.
Is this
You're doing
is this
a very
Kanye's
bad
daughter?
job
Hey,
of showing her look like Kim.
Am I wrong? I assume so. I beg you go back to that last picture.
Is that
Is it just
Kanye's
me? Is it
daughter?
just me, or is she
Yeah, but
slightly
she don't
looking
look.
like
This
MJ?
is Soups.
Is she
You're
not looking like
supposed to
Michael
be
Jackson
showing
in the
her
face?
looking like
Now
Kim.
I can't unsee it, fam.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson
Now
in the
I can't
face.
unsee it, fam. I was about to say, yo, darling, but now I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Billie
Soups
Jean.
is currently in his production mode, and he's trying to show the best possible
Man.
way, not the actual best possible pictures.
Come on, yo.
He's getting pissed off at me.
Next week, I don't know if you'll discuss this, but the whole Tory Lanez Meg the Stallion thing, there was a whole hoo-ha
Bruv.
about that.
What is there update?
Bruv.
What's the new story?
There
with
was-
that?
No, we
was
don't
a-
actually know because like 1 minute it was
Yeah,
He
a report
didn't shoot
came
her.
out that the DNA found on the
Kim.
gun
There we go.
was unclassified, basically. So there was none of Tory Lane's DNA actually on the gun. And then obviously DJ Academics kind of went off because obviously he just went off. Tory's gone off. And, like, do you know what I mean? Because it was obviously he's made to look a certain way. Meg obviously gained bare traction at the same time. I think Academics, if you read Academics tweets and they're still up there, he didn't even delete them. He was like, you got so much stuff because people felt sorry for you rather than you, bro. Just a mess.
The thing
But
is,
then
it's
keep
mad.
saying-
It's like 1 minute
yeah.
it came out like that basically there was no DNA on the strap, right? And then next minute someone came out and said, by the way, the case doesn't start until tomorrow. That was
Yeah.
I
So
don't
she
even know what you
said, how can that be true if the case ain't started yet? That's what she basically said. But then Tory's obviously done the whole, like, y'all can't, which y'all ain't got nothing on me. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's
just a bit
mad. It's
crazy.
mad. I'll be 100. Yeah. I hope to God that it comes out that Tory. Thanks, Soups. There we go. Right. So real quick, so the one on the right's Kim. The one on the left's his new thing.
No, the one on the left's Kim. No. Sorry. Sorry. Whoa. The one with the black glasses is Kim. No.
Yeah, that's Kim.
Yeah.
Right.
They do look similar though.
They do.
But
look
yeah,
similar.
now it's on a bigger screen. It's not as clear, but it is mad. But personally, there was a picture you did share in the group of his new girl. This better than Kim, in my opinion.
Better than, yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I'm just
You
seeing
know what?
MJ. I'm just seeing MJ. King of pop.
It's funny. You know what? I was speaking to somebody the other day, and
Oh my God.
they were like, "You're perfect," and I sent them Lauren London and Christina Milian, and I was like, "That's me."
Yeah.
And they were like, "You sent the same thing." I'm like, "No."
Oh, also, just to add to that, just to say, also, Tory also tweeted something about sleeping with two friends, and obviously,
And the way he worded it was.
the way he worded
I
it
hope
was-
Tory, right,
But when you sussed it out, he basically said he clapped Meg and her friend in it, and then it just went left. That's
Look,
what you got from it, Carl. That's what I got from it.
Yeah. But it's just a worded like.
Yeah.
I
Pass
hope-
the jokes
I
about
hope
it.
that
You get
Tory-
misconstrued.
Yeah.
I hope that Tory gets found innocent
Oh, same. I love Tory.
because I like Tory's music.
Fun
I
fact: he fell on me in his last concert. He fell on top because he was shower surfing, and I've actually have the video. He's crowd surfing, and Donny nearly elbowed me. Like Donny dropped because whoever was the person in front of me, didn't hold him, and he dropped. A man had to like hold this brother up. It was mad.
I swear he's like
Shout out
5'1" as well.
He's tiny. He's tiny. He's tiny, bro.
Oh,
But-
yeah, I remember
but-
that video when you're sitting down, you stood up, and man was the same height.
I think it's funny that he saw an op in the crowd and started punching them.
Bro, like he's in concert. He is like the crazy. Hold on, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Soups, get rid of the pictures.
Wait, man, stop, you don't see it.
At this point, Zeus is showing off the editing.
Soups is on an OnlyFans vibe.
And Donny, you can see there. You can see I dropped my phone. Look, Donny dropped him in at the end of the video. You can see I dropped my phone basically.
He's just living his best life, to be frank with you.
Like it was just a mad thing going on. But
There was the funniest one is that music video he brought out when he was like on his ass and he was with a load of people in like, can you remember it? He did one music video, yeah, and it had like the most random fuckers in the music.
I know he's done. He obviously dropped that. He dropped the 80s project, innit? Like he dropped the 80s.
It was just literally, but there was literally, it was like he'd gone to a hood, and it was like there was literally like my daughter's brethren, who's 6, and his mum in the video and stuff like that. It was random as shit, bruv. It was literally just a group of random people in a video. It was when he was on his ass, but I actually think Tory, away from the singing, his rapping is cold as well.
Yeah, he's super talented. His work rate. A lot of people say his work rate is crazy. Like,
have you heard his 80s album?
I like it. I like his 80s vibe. I like 80s. I like 80s, 90s.
He's for me. He's one of the like. Right, Drake is talented still. Drake can do different genres and whatever. I think. I can't put them in the same bracket because of what Drake's achieved, but musically they are kind of in the same bracket.
I think Drake is in like Chris Brown's league, innit?
All right, so who can sing? Who can Who can sing better, Drake or Tory?
Drake. But you know what it is? Drake don't sing. Drake can sing. He sings in it, but like, bro, like it's weird. I think Tory can sing a little bit better because I've heard.
But neither of them can sing like Chris Brown.
Hold on.
None of them can sing like
Drake. What was the?
Chris Brown's a singer before a rapper, though, innit?
What was the? Who's the Donny actor?
And they're rappers before singers, innit?
Actor.
Yeah.
Bangs.
But I've heard Drake and Tory sing live, and I generally, but I can't tell if sometimes with Tory he sort of puts the auto-tune thing on more often than not.
He does.
When he sings acoustic, he's hard. Like acoustic is mad. But with Drake, I feel like he only has one tone when he sings.
Yeah, right.
So
the one thing for me is Jamie Foxx. Your type?
Fall for your type?
Yeah. So he did that with Drake on the hook. And then Drake goes, fuck that, I'm going to do the whole thing. The Drake version of that,
hard.
It's like Jamie Foxx can sing. Drake just went and bodied the whole thing.
Do you know what I call that? Do you know what era I call that? That's because that was obviously Thank Me Later / Take Care time where Drake
before Take Care.
I call that's stripper loving Drake. Stripper loving Drake was a Drake that we'll never see again. That was the music he made.
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. You just said we're Drake haters. I just said that he bodied a song that Jamie Foxx tried to do and said, I'll body it more than you did. How's that a Drake hater?
Who's a Drake hater?
No, Soups has got this thing with Drake and Skepta. Yeah. That he just presumed, bruv, it's there.
Wait, what?
Deny it. What? You're not a Skepta fan?
No, but what do you mean Drake and Skepta? What do you mean?
Them two, you'll ride or die for, bro.
Oh, that's Soups, guys. Drake and Skepta.
Deny it.
What do you mean?
Deny it.
What do you mean?
There you go. Right. So I was giving Drake props. With that saying he took a Jamie Foxx track and bodied it more than like. Jamie Foxx did the thing and said, Drake, you come on it with me. Drake goes, fuck that, don't need you. Do the whole thing myself. Thank you, bye. And you took that as me hating Drake.
But
you fool.
I was just saying, I think the best Drake is not money grabbing Drake. Not I'm up on the way. It's not.
It's in his feelings, Drake.
It's stripper loving wave Drake. Not Jerry Cole.
The minute Drake started talking about trapping with his man there, it was like
they're dead. That's dead.
No, I'm not with that. Like maybe one or two when I'm lit. But if I'm not lit, I'm not saving the song to my phone. Listen, when Drake is in love with strippers, y'all heard practice.
That whole vibe.
That's Drake. That's
Drake.
That whole vibe.
You get it?
When
he's talking about strippers
on a stag,
when he's in life,
I was like,
I hear him though.
Man would be singing tracks to me. I'm like, I don't know what it is, right? And they're like, you do know what it is. It was only when we were like White Club at like 1 a.m. I'm going wild to a track, and they're like, see, I told you what it was. I was like, I don't know what it is, but it sounds bad. And they're like, this is Drake, and I'm like, no, Drake sings, not does rhythm with Future and whatever, but that's not.
No, Drake's got
Really,
couple
Drake.
rhythms.
Drake in his feelings is Drake.
Yeah. When he's as I said, when he's just fallen in love, when he's paid for 10 strippers and he's chopped all of them, and he goes and writes about it, that's the take care, thank me later, and nothing was the same. We won't see better.
I was rating his new thing.
Yeah, no, the new thing's hard because I think
that's Drake in his bag.
The guy's a comedian.
Yeah, it's the closest we'll get to fake. Nothing was the same. I think that new album, Certified Lover Boy, and it's even in the title, Certified Lover Boy.
Look at this guy. You see how he's ready to ride for Drake when we were actually boosting him, and he's like, "You lot are haters." No, we're boosting him, bro. You just are ready to ride for him.
Yeah, no, large up.
I said
I'm a Drake fan still.
Jamie Foxx is a bad boy R&B artist. Drake, he invited Drake on a track, and Drake goes, "Thanks. Actually, I don't need you. I'll do it better." How's that hating in any sort of way?
Especially when Drake was with Party as well. When him and Party were doing their thing, when Party first come around, that was a vibe.
Party's gone.
Party Next Door. No, I don't know about now, but when Party Next Door first come to the scene and him and Drake were collabing and whatever, kind of a little bit like when The Weeknd first come on, when Drake was doing stuff at The Weeknd, and The Weeknd wrote half a Take Care in it. So
The Weeknd before, you know what? Actually, The Weeknd, before Drake, for me was cold. Like, what was it? At the club. One of his things. That was some trippy ass R&B. I'd go sleep to that, to be honest. I'd just fucking...
Yeah. He wrote a lot of Take Care, bro. And Take Care, he wrote a lot of that, bro.
Yeah. I saw Party Next Door in Toronto.
Has Party Next Door dropped the album since Party Mobile? That was
Boys,
cold.
go Toronto, innit, for Caravana.
Party Mobile was a good revival.
Oh, yeah. I was fucking with that album.
P&D 3 was very shit for me. I'm sorry. P&D 1 and 2, bad. But P&D 3...
this is an open invitation.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to go Caravana in Toronto this August, I'm there.
Brother, to see the Toronto, man, hard.
Brother, it's cold. It's the coldest thing ever.
On them, man, at all. I do like that 80s vibe from Tory, though. Soups, was you fucking with that? The 80s vibe.
Was it Drake? Was it Drake?
No. Nah, Tory's thing. The 80s vibe. I was fucking with it still.
Tory's my shit. I fuck with Tory differently.
Bro, listen, with Tory though, Tory's got these. You man probably know about the Chinks tapes, innit? Tory got these things called Chinks tapes.
Chinks tapes from 1
Bruv, listen, Big Six.
Yeah.
Months. I'm gonna send you my mixtape. I'm gonna send you. I've got a mixtape called So now when I DJ, I just play rap. But back in the day when I played in clubs, it was old school R&B. I've got a mixtape called Something for the Bedroom. Yeah.
Oh, man's gonna turn off the lights, bro.
Doesn't turn off the lights. No. I'm rating it still.
I got two. I got Something for the Bedroom and something for the. No, I had three. Something for the bedroom, something for the dance hall, and something for which was rap. But the Something for the Bedroom, if you can't beat to that, then you are dead. You have no game. None. Zero.
My slow jam playlist.
I don't know if I've given it a name. I don't know if I've given mine a name. But
I'll fling you it though still. But
see
listen,
me, I'm a hoarder with my playlist. I don't dish out my slow jam playlist like that. I can't.
Yeah, no, that's
too good. It's too good. I can't be.
Yeah.
Nah.
I have to. I used to have to put my whole fucking game out for everyone to see.
Do you know?
Right.
Go on.
Now go on.
No, I forgot.
We're done. Right. Yeah, Chew the Fat. This is what Chew the Fat is, months. It's mad.
Yeah.
Literally.
I've enjoyed myself. I'm just. If I got home earlier, do you get what I'm saying? I was watching when I was on my way home. Like, do you know what I mean? But
it's lifted my vibe. It's mad. I did a gal show earlier, and I don't know why, but my vibe was a bit weird during it. I don't know why. And then this has just lifted my vibe. So thank you.
Come on, no worries, man. You know what it is, man. For real.
Everyone have a good weekend. It's Chew the Fat, Daps, Soups, Callum. Are you going to be in every week, Callum? By the way.
Yeah, you know what it is? I'm waiting for the call up. That sometimes I just see you, man.
It's there. Cool. Now I know. It's cool.
I'm happy to jump in. Obviously, some Fridays I'm not available, but if I'm available, bro, and you need any
jump
service,
in, man. Jump in.
Can I just leave one message?
Yeah, go on. Leave 7.
One thing I was just gonna say as well. Listen, anyone watching this back and obviously you're a bit younger than obviously a bit of the younger generation. I'm saying this now, yeah. If you don't know what you want to do in life, ask yourself this: if you can make money, if you could earn money doing anything you want, what will it be? And then go with that. Just go with that.
Do you know what? Actually, real quick, my daughter watches something called A for Adley, right? And it is called The Best Day of My Life. And she streams every single day with her dad, right? And my daughter was like, Daddy, why can't you play with me as much as her dad plays with her? Like, they're on millions and millions. I'm like, I don't even know how I explain this. Literally, I have to go to work. This guy literally is at yard doing what? But ultimately, she's like 5 and she's been doing it since she's 2. Like, and that is a prime thing that if, I'm sorry, you touched on such a good thing. Children need to let their, teachers need to let their students do what they love. And that needs to be injected into them far more than do geography. Like 100%.
It's unfortunate because I said I'm now, as I said, I teach year 9. I do like year 9s, and they're now literally walking into their GCSEs. They're like, "Oh, sir, man, I don't know what to pick. Mr. Bowen, I don't know what to pick. And I'm just like, well, all right, just away from your GCSEs, what do you want to do? And they go, media. They'll say something in media. I said, well, why'd you pick geography and economics? He said, I mean, well, I know, but
you know what? It's mad though.
And then they'll think and go, oh yeah, let me do. I'm just thinking.
Do you know the worst thing is though, Monts, is that you would get frowned on for having that conversation.
I've got in trouble. I've been in trouble.
Which is actually
in trouble having these conversations.
One of the best conversations that an adult could have with a child, and you get frowned on for it, for saying, "What would you like to do?" Like,
I've been in trouble like enough times to have some of these conversations. Not bad times, but there's been odd times in it. But as I said, I don't care. I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. I don't give a dash. Because I wish someone told me that when I was in school. Imagine if I started Big Six Bands at the age of 18. Are you crazy, fam?
Bruv,
you know
trust me. Do you know the mistakes we've made coming up through music and everything? That if we, you know what, the biggest thing, actually, this is probably the biggest lesson anyone can take from anything, is consistency.
Of course.
The amount of times after like a month of trying something, you're like, oh, this is long, I'm going to move. Like, no, just keep trying it. And all of a sudden,
as I said, everyone always says, "Oh, but what's your plan B? Oh, make sure you have a plan B." Well, darling, if you said to one of your students, maybe go start a side hustle or a side business on the biggest platform in the world, which is called the internet, maybe they would have a plan B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, as I said, I'm not dissing. You know what I'm saying?
And more importantly, Monts, where can they find you? By the way, not the school.
Big Six Bands. As I said. Toxic football, toxic arguments. As I said, Cal's been on there. I always get Cal on the most toxic ones as well.
Oh, I love being on there.
Does he still use these really good, like what they called soups? You know what Callum's the best at?
The one-liners, no, I dropped them out.
Analogies.
I dropped them out. Or the analogies are still there.
Yeah. That's what I remember. The first time Callum said, I was like, "This guy's sick."
No, but you see with the,
go on.
I was gonna say, you see the combined 11s that man's done on your channel. You can just about get your piece in before another man's down your throat. Parties, and Jack on.
Yeah,
Callum.
Bro, it's not. Callum is mad laid back, but he ain't laid back in this. Like Callum's always like this, isn't it? He's always like this. But if you look at my 11s, he's like
forward. Yeah.
Callum, tonight on the Gal channel, it was the first. So because Alan wasn't about, they needed another Tottenham fan. And I wanted to suggest someone, but then thought, not the right vibe. They went and got him, coincidentally, themselves, Patrick, right?
All right, big up Patrick.
All right, big up Patrick.
Patrick's my guy, but I just thought he's not the right guy for this toxic fucking environment.
Oh, he is.
Within about...
Oh, he is.
He can be. Obviously, me and
Yes.
Patrick have had the maddest to fucking like, but yeah, it was like after about 15 minutes, I was messaging him and he was like, "What the fuck, bruv? How do I get a word in?" And I was like, "Bruv, this is like driving in London, bruv. You can't be like, you just need to fucking go to fucking." And if Hassam starts talking, tell him to shut up. Simple. Otherwise, it can't, like, it's toxic. This it's not nice. Some of these streams are not nice. They're fucking toxic places.
I think it's what the people want to see in it, and obviously, Callum will know what's happening on camera ain't diluted. It's not diluted. It's not changed. Like if you saw us in person, it's the same shit. Like it's the same shit. People think we're gonna punch each other up. People think, wait, are you not actually boys? Like you not actually boys? Real chat. Are you
same
man
energy?
boys?
That's what I always say.
Casey
Same
and
energy.
Ethan, Tottenham versus Arsenal. We've known each other our whole lives.
You know why I love Big Six bands here? Cause it's just man them discussing football. It reminds me of like when I was back in the playground, just chatting to the man them like bantering about your teams. Like it's the most natural channel man's been on.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I struggle with the ones that aren't so natural, that do the whole
like it's an interview.
everyone
When it feels like an interview,
You know, man is trying to do real punditry, like loud, bro. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I struggle at it. I know I struggle at it, 100%.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
let's
what I
get
say
to
to
the
man.
fact. Months.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Big Six fans, go subscribe, like and subscribe. Yeah.
Callum.
Yeah, love. I've got nothing to promote. Twitter,
Callum Cabs and Chew the Fat, never foul. Soups, same. Chew the Fat. Everyone have a good weekend. Get waved. Do some shopping. Spend some time with your family. See you on Sunday.
Come on.